Let's do some. Let's do some Fire MDs. When will that be happening? I don't know. I haven't set up the appointment yet, so I mean, it could be in a week. It could be in a day. I'm gonna take it as soon as I can get it. Papa's already got his, and he is doing great. He did not do. Now, my dad does not tell me a lot of what's going on. He will hide symptoms from me for the longest time, but he did not seem any the worse. He got his on Saturday, and it's already Wednesday, so he's doing great and looking great, very healthy still. I was a little worried, you know, since he finished up chemo last year, and he's still got an open wound from a surgery a while back, and he's got a weakened immune system, but his immune system was like, ah, yes, antigens or whatever. Hello, Miller, good to see you. Yeah, my dad's so tough. Tomorrow, vaccines for 18 plus opens up your state. Very nice. I'm getting in there early for my state, on the early side of things, earlier than usually my age group would be, because I have a developmental or intellectual disability. Finally! Finally, it's my time to shine! Time for you to go to bed. Good night, it's all gone wrong. You and Dew gotta head out too. Good night. Don't get spoiled. How many S supports? Let's count them. I didn't do the counting. Best advice to give, hey Bacon. Blank your mind and focus completely on something or someone you love, like Stella. You found that doing that gets you through needle stuff. I found what helps me is weird trivia. Sometimes I'll, like, it helps my mom too. Sometimes I'll, like, read weird trivia to my mom as she's getting her blood taken or something. I haven't gotten a shot in God knows how long. God, it just every few months there's a reason for me to get my blood drawn. I freaking hate getting my blood drawn so much because it makes me pass out almost every single time because I'm frail. So, I vaguely remember getting a shot not being as bad as getting blood drawn, so. What's going on, Tyrannus? Good to see you. You don't mind? You got yours because diabetes? Hell yeah. Hooray! Our bodies are destroying us, but at least it's good for one thing. Weirdly, you're okay with needles that put stuff in. You hate needles that take stuff out. Yeah, exactly. I hate that feeling. Ooh, it's so gross. It's so yucky. I don't like the feeling. It's happened to me so much in the last 2 years. Like, I'm really just sick of giving my blood, so I just want to not do that for like a full year. That'd be really cool. You got your tetanus shot recently due to a burn. That's good. Hey, I heard tetanus was like the biggest, spookiest one, so. Let's count the supports. Who wants to help me count? I have a little pen and pad here I could count with. So, we got... Oh, God. We got Dimitri, Annette, Ingrid, Marianne, Gilbert, Al, and Kat. That's a lot of supports already. We're gonna be watching like 3 straight hours of supports. Hi, Trumpet Marie, good to see you. Hold up, Rex just resubscribed. Welcome back. A year! Wow, a year. Where does the time go, Rex? Welcome back. Keep up the great work. And also, you're a big help. And Tyrannus, it's been good you're looking more and more like you're gonna move to Paris. Right? Is that with your girlfriend, right? She's getting work there, I think? By the end of the year, so you're starting to tie as many loose ends here as you can do before that. Good luck with that. The vaccine shot itself was one of the quickest and least painful shots you've ever had, but your arm did hurt the next day. I've heard some advice to get it on your dominant arm, because then your muscles will be like, I don't know, working it through a little more. 3 dang hours of anime. It's a lot of dang anime. So that's 7 supports there with Dimitri. The Dew has Ash, Mercedes, and Annette. Oh, thank God. I've done most of the Dew supports because I love the Dew so much. Felix has Mercedes, Lysithia, and Leonie. What if we just count the Blue Lions' supports? We could start off with that. Because it's going to get really tangly if I start trying to count all the other houses' supports plus the adults and stuff. So Felix says Mercedes, Lysithia, and Leone. Because they have a lot of the other house folks have like inter-house supports and stuff. That'll be for counting later. Ash only has Marianne. I know he has Dedu, but I've already listed that. So we got Marianne and Gilbert. That's where this starts getting super messy, is later on down the line I'm going to be like, okay, Gilbert has to talk to Dimitri and Ash, and I'm going to have already written down most of those people by the time we start counting Gilbert's supports. So. This game really is buck wild for all the VA work. Does anybody know if the other Fire Emblems were voice acted at all? I feel like maybe this game took a cue from Persona 5 with its insane amount of voice acting. You know, I've never played Sunless Sky or see I've had it recommended to me though, Corey. So maybe someday I'll get around to it. Your arm was only a little sore and you had a bit of aches, but it wasn't that bad. That's really encouraging to hear. So this was the first one, I see. That's fully voiced. Echoes, did Echoes have full voice acting? Awakenings had some voice acting? Let's see, interesting. Yeah, this game really is like going off the charts. By the way, I just want to say welcome back, Trumpet Marie. It's good to have you back. I think the last conversation we had was about lesbian aunts, and it was a great conversation. Very memorable. So Echoes had a full voice acting first. It was kind of the demo for Three Houses model. I see. Well, Mercedes only needs to talk to Dedu and Felix. That's great. I've already written those down. Annette needs to talk to those two, but also some outer house people. Caspar, Lysithia, Hanneman. And Ingrid is our last blue house person that I'm counting. Okay, so we have 18 Blue Lions supports to watch. That is the minimum amount of supports I think would be good to watch for this. Just involving Blue Lions members. Not counting some of my sweeties like Cyril. Not counting great people like Sedith or Kat or Alois or Shamir. Not counting Hanneman. Not counting Iggy, one of my faves. Like, just Blue Lion supports. Just the Blue Lions. Sunless Seas and Skies is your go-to example of good Lovecraftian horror that isn't just copy-paste Lovecraft. Oh, that's good! Thank you for indirectly reminding you to pre-register to get your shot. Yes! Good on ya. Echoes will be fun to play once I'm done this whole year of Three Houses. Yeah. We'll get around to that. Alright, which Blue Lion do you want to start with? Which Blue Lion should we watch tonight? Hello, Secular Strategy. Good to see you today. I would say Darkest Dungeon takes some Lovecraftian cues, but isn't copy-paste either. But it is kind of that flavor. No, we're done, Sylvain. We're already done, Sylvain. Sylvain, I've watched every support. We actually finished up Sylvain. The first of, I think, any character was Sylvain that I finished watching supports for. So. You think Ingrid? Oh boy, wow. The good news is she's only got 2, so that's great. Let's watch it. Let's start off at the top.
Finally, you score a point against me on the ground. You have improved, Ingrid.
So this is... I don't even remember what the hell these two were talking about. If anybody wants to give us a summary of what these two were talking about 80 hours ago when I watched their last support, let me know. Because it's been 2 years since I started this game, it feels like.
That was nothing more than a fluke. My technique was horribly sloppy that last round.
I was 6 years old when I first started playing this game as the first game I ever played.
It does not matter what sort of technique it was. You won. If this had been a real battle, I would be dead.
Darcius brings up a great point. Oh, it's his last support. Dimitri said, Was that the last one? I do remember that. I do remember the supports kind of being about the tragedy of Dusker, but you did remind me that if the tragedy of Dusker is mentioned, or Glenn is mentioned, or Lambert and Dimitri's folks dying is mentioned, you do have to take a sip of water. So. Okay, so the last support was Dimitri apologizing for the Glenn thing. Okay.
You wielded your lance well, without any hesitation. Has your approach changed?
I did notice something very interesting when I was looking at the supports 10,000 years ago when I last played this video game. And that is, I cannot advance the relationship between Gilbert and Catherine because too much time has passed. It says you have missed your opportunity to develop this bond. And you know what? That's okay. We'll just, it's fine. If I want to simulate what that support would be like, I'll go get a wet washcloth and I'll put it on my head. And I'll go stand outside in the cold. It was the only pre-Gronder field. It's literally the only support that does that. Yeah, that's so wild because, like, who would want to hang out with who would be like, I want Gilbert and Catherine to hang out together? So wild.
You may recall when I said I'm now able to move on. Because of you.
I remember. What did you mean by it?
Exactly, it's Gilbert. If it was literally anybody else but Gilbert, I actually would feel pretty hurt by it. Honestly. And it's not like I hate Gilbert, but like all his supports have just been like... okay, like... pulling teeth. It just feels like pulling teeth with this guy. I think the voice actor did a great job. I think it's great characterization of a sad, sad old man. It's just like, I don't vibe with this.
That I finally understand the truth about Glenn.
We should clearly skip all of Gilbert's remaining supports, even though he's a Blue Lions exclusive. We gotta take our medicine. I'm gonna take my medicine and wring all the content I can out of this game. Maybe we'll watch the Gilbert Catherine supports on YouTube. Am I missing anything? You can tell me what happens in the Gilbert Catherine supports. What am I missing there? It might be cool lore about, you know, her friend Kristoff and all that stuff. You know, honestly don't remember because supports, like, sometimes Catherine has an interesting, like, her support with Ash is, like, fascinating because she talks about Christophe Gaspard, Ash's older brother, and talks about herself as, you know, Cassandra of House Karen. Gilbert's so nice, though. Is he? Is he? What does he do? What has he done? Did he stand in it? Gilbert didn't even think to stand in front of Dimitri when a girl was trying to kill Dimitri. And if I was responsible for a boy's dad's death and held that above my head like the sword of Damocles for like 15 years or however how long this has been, my ass would be so far in front of that. I would be eating the sword that a child was trying to thrust through Dimitri before it could even be like unsheathed. I'd be like, kill me first. And they'd be like, who are you? And for a guy who's like so torn up about the tragedy of Dusker and how he didn't stop it and how the king is dead, like, I didn't see him on the battlefield. It was Rodrigue who died instead. So. He's the most relatable Three Houses character, depressed 50-year-old man with family issues. I mean, that's why we don't want to see him. He's just so weak by the time you get him on your team. I know, and he's slow. He's so rough. He's such a rough team member. Ugh. But I did make him a pony knight now, so. Your other support is just Gilbert asking Catherine if she'll go back to House Karen and her saying no and him being sad. Hey, thank you. Thank you for doing that, Ray. You saved us all. That's great. Because she doesn't need House Karen. She's got Lady Rhea. Even if Lady Rhea dies by the end of this game, she's gonna be like, I'm gonna live in service of Lady Rhea's ideals or something.
It sounds as though he died.
Sorry,
with a heavy
Ingrid.
heart.
I was talking about somebody else I don't like, not
carried
you.
regret. I had suspected as much, but instead of acknowledging it, I twisted my memory of him to fit an ideal I've been upholding.
I'm sure this is all.
I see.
Oh, but we are talking about Glenn. Sorry, hold on. Everybody take a sip. We're talking about Glenn, her dead fiance who died during the tragedy of Dusker, which was apparently staged by Dimitri's stepmom. Ben, it's great to see you. The Kelly Gang are well. Yes. We're doing pretty good around here. His name's a Jello shot? Heck yeah.
Your Highness.
I don't have anything else
I will not
besides water
sacrifice my life for anyone.
What? Wasn't that her whole thing about how she's gonna sacrifice her life for him because that's what she thinks an ideal? Has she grown?
But perhaps instead, I can live my life for someone.
Okay.
I will pledge my life to you.
Cool.
And how exactly am I meant to interpret that?
How are you put off by this stuff? You say weird stuff like, I want you to stand by my side for all time to everybody, you weirdo. Little boy Blue. Is he now starting to pick up on cues like this? Is he like, is this a flirt thing? Sylvain told me about this. Hold on, is this a flirt thing? Or are you just being knightly?
However you please, Your Highness.
What the hell? Get out of here. No one wants this. No one wants this. No one asked for this. Return this, please. I didn't order this. I'm sorry. You brought me a bowl of Dimmy Ingrid, and I just wanted a friendly support pasta salad. So yes, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to. If you could just take this one back, actually, to the kitchen. Thank you. I'm so sorry, but I'm not paying for that.
Oh? Well then. Ingrid, when this is all over, I want you to support and defend me, as my knight. I have been thinking of telling you this for a long time. We get along well, you and I.
Do they? Is this a knight thing or just vibing? What are Lady Rhea's ideals? Weird science to make god babies for her to strangle later? Pretty much, yeah. I'm not sure, honestly, what that lady's about. She was, like, mysterious, and then she turned into a dragon, and then she left. So it's just like, okay. Sure. She was killing people who rebelled against her, then turned into a dragon, and has been a captive ever since. So, like, I don't know. I think Dimitri has more unintentional flirts with Violet than Sylvain has intentional flirts. It is so funny how much of that there is. And I'm always like, hey, little boy Blue, what are you saying? What are you talking about touching my hands for? There was another one. Golly, I'm remembering there's one where he's like, oh, well, if you're Saint Saros, that makes me, oh, well, never mind. And I'm like, who? What? Who? What? What fan fiction are you writing right now where I'm Saint Saros and you're what? What are you to me? You're the guy that carries my sword or something. You could be my squire. You get back in there. You get take a seat now, little boy Blue. He's such a sweet little goober. But, oh, yes! He's made two comments about how much he likes seeing me smile, and I'm like, okay. I feel like if somebody said that to me in real life, I would stop smiling and be like, what? Hey, what? Hey, what now?
As your knight. Yes, of course.
Oh, wow. She's sad about it. She's sad about it? Get out of there, Dimitri. She's sad about it. You know what she meant.
Of course I will. I intended to do so for the sake of the kingdom. Together, Your Highness. You and I. Our first order of business. Putting this tragic war to an end.
Do you think this is just because she hates the dude so much and wants to supplant him? Like, bitch, he has a knight. Have you seen this guy? He's like 10 feet tall and crushes anything that gets near Dimitri. I think Dimitri's gonna be okay. Dimitri already crushes anything within like a 13-foot range because of the lance gives him that much range, and anything that gets within that is eaten by the dude. The dude picks them up and eats them. So what are you gonna do, actually? What do you want to do? What's your thing gonna be? How are you gonna set yourself apart from that?
Yes. And while we're at it, do not die on me, Ingrid.
Oh.
Promise me that.
They said don't dig on me, and I'm like, that's really modern. But okay. die. I thought it was dig, like, don't get a crush on me. I guess she could do aerial support. You know what? You're right. To do is flightless.
Yes, Your Highness. I swear it on my lance.
Didn't someone else ship her with Dimitri? Did someone ship her with Dimitri? Like someone in this chat or like in a support we watched? I don't remember that. Oh god. Oh yeah, we were doing Ingrid supports. Okay. Sedith. Ingrid Sedith. Ingrid Sedith. In the support. Somebody mentioned... Oh, it was Sylvain. Sylvain was like, are you wearing makeup for Dimitri? And she's like, no. I'm not? Or was it a Dorothea support? I thought it was a Sylvain one. Imagine sitting in a coffee shop overhearing first date flirting, but it's just this dialogue. Oh god, I've overheard such horrible flirting conversations. Oh my god, some really tragically bad ones. Crash and burn conversations that still give me secondhand cringe. Ay, Chihuahua. Yeah, Sylvain was like, you should aim high like Dimitri, and she was like, nope. So.
Sedith, do you have a moment?
This is a nice support, though. I feel like Sedith could help Ingrid walk the straight and narrow. That would be nice.
Certainly. Have you arrived at a decision about what you would like your future to be?
Oh my god, was your dad a thief because he stole the stars out of the sky to put them in your eyes? Yeah. Should I tell? Because so many of the Blue Lions members get shipped together. Yeah. I wonder why that is. Is it 'cause they've got a good balance of, like, dudes and ladies or something? Yeah, doesn't Dimitri call the dude a cherished friend or something like that? I don't know. A lot of these dialogues are very shippy. A lot of the stuff in this game is very shippy. But, like, man, I gotta say, when they nail it, though, they do nail it. Like, Ash and Petra's thing, and, like, Felix and Annette was pretty cute, but I think Ash and Petra might be my favorite support I've seen. And Felix and Sylvain was alright. That was some good bro stuff. This is the only house with a gender imbalance towards the dudes. Oh, I see, okay. Secondhand cringe is the best way you've heard described vicarious embarrassment. Oh my god. When it's happening in front of you and you can't stop it. And you're like trying to enjoy your food, but somebody's talking like you're really pretty for somebody with, you know, weird hair or whatever whack thing the person says, and you're just like, oh my god. You just want to stand up from your booth and go, my day is ruined because you've ruined this date. God, I'm so glad I can't eat out at restaurants, honestly, right now. Because I would hear that stuff all the time. I went at the worst times, I guess, to restaurants, because all the time I would hear people like, just trying to have like a sandwich with my mother at Panera. Just have a soup and a sandwich and a salad. And people are bombing their dates. In my Panera. You loved Ash and Petra. Oh my god, she was like, come swim with me in the ocean. He was like, I don't know, that's a lot of commitment. She's like, I'm gonna be the queen, you'll be my knight. And he's like, okay. Ash, please don't end up like Gilbert. Seize the day. This cool gal who's gonna be queen wants you to go to the ocean with her. Beach party. Anyway, I will enjoy this set of Ingrid support. We're never finishing any supports, are we? This is my boyfriend Felix, and his boyfriend Sylvain, and his girlfriend Ingrid, and her girlfriend Mercedes, and her girlfriend me. That really is Blue Lions, isn't it? Yep. Gilbert and Petra? Ew, what? Did I say Gilbert and Petra? No, Ash and Petra. I don't want Ash to end up like Gilbert and be a sad sack for the rest of his life because he did the wrong thing. So, let's find out what Ingrid's future is going to be like. Is it going to be being a knight and being married at the same time?
I think so. I was hoping I might ask for your opinion on the subject.
Can you imagine?
I'm flattered.
Ew, Gilbert and Petra would be so weird. I would destroy anyone who ships that. I would like have such extreme prejudice against that. That's horrible. I would throw that person into the ocean.
I want to serve as a knight and protect my homeland. I know this through and through. It has been my truth for as long as I can remember.
So we've gone nowhere, right?
However, I feel I should choose a path
Okay.
that would benefit my father.
Oh, they're not being purged for the links because they're both subscribed, so. Oh no, what is this? What am I looking at? Oh, is this my favorite picture ever? And it's Violet with the dummy thick, like the thick ass chain behind her. Yeah, big boobies. And the little as a ball is Lore. Yep, I remember, I think I posted that in the Discord or I retweeted or something, because it's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. It's just really good.
I was raised by him in a happy home, never wanting for anything, despite my family's meager finances. I owe it to him to choose a path he'd approve of.
Like, here's the thing though, being a knight gets you money. That's literally why Ignatz is here. Being a knight gets you money. Why does gender have to if you're a girl knight, does all your money just go to the state or something? Does it just go to the church? Like, why the hell can't you make money and be a knight at the same time? Make money and be a knight and send it to your family. That's it.
If that is the decision you have reached after such careful deliberation, then I have no objections.
Just get, like, hella rich.
But may I ask you something?
That is true. There's the glass ceiling. Only paid 70% of the wage that male knights get. That's right.
Please, go ahead.
Although you would think with a lady leading the church, that would be different, but yeah.
Have you actually had a conversation with your father about this?
I have not. There hasn't been time to pay him a visit. He did permit me to join this war. But I was brash about my departure. I left forcibly.
Mm-hmm. Girl knights make on average 30% less money than a dude knight in the same position with the same skills.
In that case, it is all the more important that you speak to him.
Today is the day? What is the day? What day is it today, Flynn?
Perhaps. My father is an obstinate man. At this point, I'm not sure he'd care to hear what I have to say.
Today is the day that, on average, women have made the same amount of money than men did at the end of 2020. Hmm? Hmm? Man, I need to sleep. Equal pay day. Is this a statistical thing? Or are we now, like, in an era... Oh, I see. It takes women 16 months to make the same amount of salary than it takes a man 20 months to. Or 12 months to. Okay, I get you now. Okay. Now I get you. Right. Okay, now I get that. Today is that day. Now I get it. Okay. We all got there, I think. It takes women 3 extra months to make a 12-month male salary. Yeah. Whew. Hi, Alex, by the way. Good to see you. Yeah, that does suck big time. That's, again, huge. Huge losses every year. And add on top of that, compounded on top of that would be if you're a woman of color, as well you're making even less.
I do not know the man well, so perhaps it is not my place to judge.
So she's literally never asked her dad if it's cool to not get married?
However, I do know what it's like to fret
I get it,
constantly
confronting
over
people
one's
is tough.
family.
But Ingrid has never had a problem confronting people. It's only her dad, I guess.
If he is as doting a father as you say, then he will want to know how you truly feel.
It's a weird holiday to describe. You just learned about it today. That is cool, though, that you're talking about it. You deserve 30% less salary. Which woman wants it? Give all your money to Stella. No, don't do that. But you can buy from women-owned businesses and stuff. That's a good idea.
I do not think he will refuse your wishes if you
That's
share
always
them
a good
with him
idea.
honestly. Of course, if your decision remains the same after speaking with him, then so be it.
Man, we've watched, this is almost our second support, is it? Good God. Good God. I'm like, almost an hour into the show. I can't believe I only watched 2 supports. We gotta pick up the pace. Holy cow.
Sedith,
It's because it's an
Thank
Ingrid
you.
support, really.
you're right. I should talk to him.
No, Manny, thank you for gifting the bits for the Stella Bucks. I appreciate that.
I've spent so much time thinking about how stubborn he is that I've neglected to acknowledge my own part in
I
all
wonder where
this.
she gets her stubbornness from. You would simp for Stella treats. She has so many different bags now. We have an entire shelf of dog treats. It's outrageous. Outrageous, these treats this dog has. Dried duck stuff. Chicken jerky. She's got liver snaps. A big bucket of liver snaps. She's got the 3 different flavors of Dentisticks to clean her teethers. So, and she's got more toys than you can imagine. There is a bucket in my room just for dog toys. You sell one soon? Yeah! Well, she's already had one chewy thing today, but next time I go downstairs, I will give her a treat for you, Manny, I promise. That's how you know your sub money goes to good use? Mm-hmm. Does she have a favorite flavor? I don't know. Does she have a favorite flavor of, like, the chewy things? I don't know. I'll have to give her 3 of them at once and see which one she goes for first. She was going after a red ant today, though. We found some big chunky red ants in our house. Terrifying. We've definitely put down some bait stuff for them away from any place that she can get into, but she was fighting with a red ant today. And I had to wait for her to leave the area for me to crush the ant and throw it away because it's like she was keeping alive to play with it. But
Rather than blaming
it kept
him,
trying to bite her.
I need to recognize how stubborn I myself have been. Maybe if I open up and allow for vulnerability, he will too.
That is the way. Hold your head up high and stride
Sedith.
forward into the unknown.
I will,
Sedith, your great advice is wasted.
and I will keep your words close to my heart. Thank you for everything, Sedith.
Well, how about that? I think that's all the Ingies done. We've taken our medicine. What should we watch for fun now? That's what I heard. Borax traps. We've done that in the past before, NRL. Sedith has to make up for... some of these adult dudes really have to, like... You have to have Alois and Sedith if you're gonna have a Gilbert, really. Hanneman's just, like, kind of the weird grandpa neighbor. Ash or Alois? Alright, let's do the Ash supports then. Oh no. Let's get it out of the way. Well, we've had so much medicine already. Let's do Ash Marianne, because their supports started off with,
Oh, Marianne. Are you confessing again today?
Their supports started off with Ash thinking that Marianne looked like a ghost, so...
No, I was waiting for you.
Oh, well, he is taken, I think, by Petra, forcibly, to the ocean.
For me?
I wanted to apologize. You kept trying to encourage me, but I just avoided you in return.
She's such a little sweetie, isn't she? She's so soft. These are 2 little soft things.
No, I'm the one who should be sorry.
I'm
I
gonna
only
miss
wanted
this
to give you
kid
some
when we do
advice,
another route.
But I ended up running you off.
I'm gonna miss him a lot. Him and his cute little freckles. You never see freckles these days.
Can I tell you something, Ash?
Vigilant matchmaker mom mode engaged. Don't you dare get near my son.
Of course.
Miss him?
You
Yeah,
said
I
that
mean,
my
I could
quest
recruit
is an
him.
extraordinary gift, but I don't agree with that at all.
Somebody had a good plan in mind where you recruit the people who your house leaders have relationships with, your house leaders have supports with. I think that's a good thing to live by. So if, like, we're gonna do Black Eagles after I do the DLC stuff, I'll see who wants to hang out with Edelgard, who we can have supports with there. That way I don't do too many recruits, because this time I'm doing so many recruits and they have so many supports to do within each other that it's kind of like, it's a lot to watch for one playthrough. Yeah, I could recruit him next time, but I think I'm only gonna. I want to experience the fullness of each character, and right now I have so many kids that are just sitting on the bench, you know? So many kids are just hanging out, not doing anything, because I'm mostly using the Blue Lions because I have the stories about the Blue Lions, so.
Don't people have more important qualities?
What do you mean?
Like, how much we help those around us.
You don't think I could ever do what you did? But I still really enjoy what I did. It just feels like I would, if I'm spending 200 hours per save file, that's quite a lot.
Or whether or not we can make other people smile. Sylvain says that a person's value is in their smile.
Don't listen to Sylvain. Oh my god, don't listen to him. Please, God, don't listen to him. Don't learn anything from him.
Sylvain, huh? He really can turn anything into a line.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be less negative. I've also realized that I should have a dream to pursue like you do.
Oh my god.
I think people who have something to work toward are more fulfilled.
That's basically what has happened in my playthrough Effortless.
Yet here I am, living an empty life without a dream.
And we got to see the support where he did say that, Alex, and it was so corny and so bad. He was like, try smiling, and she was like, is this it? And I'm like, please, no, don't do that, Marianne. Just feel it in your heart. Doesn't have to show up on the face. You can just feel it in your heart, not force it on the face. Just like, please. Oh my god. So, there's nothing. You shouldn't be forcing smiles. She looked so pained. That line only plays if you did the Sylvain support first. Wow.
That still
How about
sounds
that?
kind of negative to me. What does being fulfilled even mean here?
Don't be
anyway?
angry. Don't be angry, Ash. Angry Ash is so scary.
Are you saying that people without dreams live empty lives? I don't agree with that. When I was a kid, I was too busy worrying about my next meal to have a dream. Was my life empty then?
It's probably filled with a lot of fear.
That's not what I mean at all. I just don't know. I don't know how to find my dream.
Hey, chin up. Maybe I can help. I'm sure we can come up with something for you in no time if we put our heads together.
Her dream should be to open up a petting zoo. She loves animals. Just open up a petting zoo.
You'll help me?
Absolutely. Unless, you don't want me to, of course.
No, I would appreciate that. I want to find something worth working toward.
That's nice. Career goals.
Together. With you. And with my head held high.
How nice. I would blush too if I was saying something like that too. That's such a thing to say. That's such a thing to say. Good gracious. Two little blushy babies chatting with each other. Back to Ash. Okay, it's time for your medicine chats.
Is something the matter? Your heart does not seem to be in your training today.
I'm sorry. Something's been bothering me.
It's you. You're bringing my vibes down, Gilly.
Idle thoughts do hinder training. Tell me what bothers
They play
you.
this sad sack music too. It's like, come on.
You were sworn to protect the royal family.
And you beefed it. So like, how do you feel
But
now?
when we met 5 years ago, you weren't in the kingdom capital. You were in Garreg Mach. What could have made a great knight like you abandon his vow?
That is difficult to explain. You are aware of the tragedy of Duska? When
Drink.
the king's party was massacred 9
Drink.
years ago.
They originally wanted to name the song Gilbert's Theme, but it was too on the nose.
I am. It affected me too. My brother was suspected of being involved in the attack. And so the church,
He killed Christophe, but it wasn't actually because of the Trinity Dusker. It was because Christophe Gaspard was conspiring to kill the head bishop, the archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Forgive me. That must be a difficult memory.
Why are you apologizing? It's not your fault.
I want to find out that Gilbert was the one that swung the axe on Christophe Gaspard.
I disagree. Had I been by His Majesty's side on that day where I was sworn to be, perhaps His Majesty would not have lost his
I bet
life.
this dude was like picking
All
flowers.
would be
What
different.
are you doing?
Is that why you left Fargus?
Yes, you may laugh, but I feel I was responsible for everything.
I would never laugh at something like that. But I do think you should have seen things through to the end. Even if you had to endure dishonor for a while, you could have restored your name.
There you go, Ash. Tell him. Tell this old man. Put this old man in his place, please. Make him feel terrible.
I'm sorry. That was inconsiderate of me. I got carried away by how much your situation resembles my own.
You were adopted by Lord Lunato, correct?
Well, Ash was pretty active in the death of Lord Lonato, so it's not like he stood idly by or was like picking daisies when it happened.
I once told you that I wish to protect one thing other than my king, and that is my family. My wife and my daughter, both of whom I left behind in the kingdom. Lord Lonato took up his sword for his son, even if that meant turning his back on the goddess. As a father, I cannot condemn Lord Lonato for raising an
Man,
army.
you are so lucky Lady Rhea isn't around right now. You are so lucky. If Lady Rhea was here, she would choke you herself saying stuff like that.
Yet, perhaps he too lost sight of what should be protected, just as I did.
Don't compare yourself to Lonato Gaspard, you jerkus. Don't you dare compare yourself to Lonato. Lonato did so much and you've done nothing.
I don't understand what you mean.
Sick.
What should Lonato have protected?
You, Ash, because you are also his son.
You're right. I think I know what I need to protect now.
I mean, if Lonato won, I'm sure Ash could just eventually join that side.
It's been staring me in the face all this time. I don't know why I couldn't see it.
He knows what he needs to protect now.
I'm Lonato's son. His pride and his wishes are my inheritance. Those are what I should protect.
Let's go kill Lady Rhea! Woo! Let's bring this whole place down. Screw the kingdom of Fargus. It's the kingdom of Lonato now.
I see.
Trying to
Ash,
stop me, Gilly.
You will be an excellent knight.
It's too early to say that, but I'm willing to learn if you'll teach me.
It would be my pleasure to oversee the training of a new generation.
And Corey mentioned how much he enjoyed seeing Felix go, every time he finishes a support. Ash and Dedue, outsiders.
You're quite late getting back.
Do we have another Gilbert? So we have Dimitri Gilbert, Ash Gilbert. There's 2 more Gilbert supports left. We're almost done with our medicine though. 2 more Gilbert supports for the Blue Lions. There's like Gilbert supports for the teachers, I'm sure. But we'll never watch the Gilbert Catherine supports. Because that was time locked. Oh well.
The scouting mission didn't go well. I was so busy I didn't even have time to eat.
Hell yeah, friendship food!
I thought that might be the case. Gilbert was exhausted too. Glad you made it. I saved some food for you.
But I ate Gilbert's portion.
Thanks.
Screw him.
I'm starving.
Nom, nom, nom.
Your cooking's fantastic, as always. The spices were a nice touch. I can really taste the Dusker inspiration.
Yeah, I think their last support, Ash and Dedue. So the first support, they were talking about how they're kind of outsiders, and Ash was like, we're kind of the same, you know, I'm a poor guy among nobles. And he's like, well, we're kind of not, because when people see me, they spit at me and throw rocks at me and tell me mean things like all the things that Ingrid says to me. And Ash is like, oh, whoa, whoops. And the second support was like, how can we keep the traditions of Dusker alive? Like, how do we carry those forward into the future? Since you're one of the few remnants of it. And now we're getting to eat the traditions of Dusker.
You remembered that I wanted to try more Dusker cuisine, didn't you?
Yes. How is it?
Amazing? You're a much better chef than I am.
It's only amazing.
Your cooking is not bad at all.
Thanks. My father would be glad to hear it.
Is he the one who taught you?
Not exactly. I learned from watching him work the kitchen in his restaurant. And
This
what
is
about
his
you?
previous
I think
dad.
you said that
Like
you
his
and your
biological
sister
dad,
helped
I
with the
think.
cooking at home.
Because I don't think Lord Lonato was running a restaurant, right? Was Lord Lonato? I thought he was just like nobility, and that Ash worked at a restaurant with his family when he was like a kid.
Yes. I learned by watching my mother.
How nice.
Nothing remains of Dusker. The towns, the people, the culture. All of it was put to the torch.
Every time I hear that, it makes me angry again. We've been hearing it for the last 200 hours, but every time we do hear that, it does make me angry again. And, like, I wish there was more of a... God, I do hope that, like, the last act of this game is, like, a push towards restoring justice. A push towards, like, retribution, or at least reparations for the people of Dusker. Like, it can't just all be gone. There's still people, there's still native Duskerians around, you know? There was a McDonald's commercial where it was narrated by Joe Zija, the voice actor for Claude. Yeah, that's cool. You just realize Ash literally has 2 hetero dads. Hell yeah.
My mother and sister are gone.
Not that they ever raised him simultaneously.
Yet that simple memory of them standing together in the kitchen is so clear, so real.
Oh.
So in a way, you put those memories into this meal.
Yes. Through me, they are able to live on.
Hell yes, cuisine.
I like that way of thinking.
Yes. Dude, every time we make Irish beef stew, I think of my grandmother. She's the one that passed the recipe down to my mother and me. Like, it is my grandmother's legacy, and probably it was given to her by her mother and grandmother and stuff like that. So, I firmly, strongly believe in the power of cooking to, like, keep folks' memories alive, really.
The church may not like my
Hi, Amy,
feelings
good
on
to see
this,
you.
but in Fodlan, when people die, they pass on to be with the goddess, right?
I suppose.
That seems so far away. I'd rather they stayed here. My parents, my brother, Lonato, maybe they can all live on through me, too.
As long as you think of them, they will.
Dudu, your cooking is delicious. It really is.
Oh, little Ash, don't cry.
Careful, or you will oversalt it.
You are going to ruin my delicious meal.
That's all right.
My little
Thank you,
boy
Dudu.
crying into his rice or whatever he's eating right now.
Eat as much as you'd like.
Listen to how gentle and tender these friends are. Beautiful. What kind of recipe? My grandmother's Irish beef stew, and it lives on through my mom, who is not her biological daughter. She married into the family, but makes the best beef stew, and it's gonna live on through me. I will always make this recipe of stew for as long as I live. I hope I can pass it on to somebody else. That was a good support. Okay, we did the Ash, Marianne, and Gilbert, and Dudu. So that's, we're knocking it out. We're knocking it out. We're getting a few done. 2 men being vulnerable on each other in popular media. Hell yeah, exactly. And bonding over something like cooking, which is just like, that's girl stuff. Why do we do it? Yeah. No. It's great. Everyone needs to eat. Folks should learn how to cook. And cherish memories through it, too. Love that for them. Great. It's excellent. Does it feel weird when I play any other house other than Blue Lions? I hope the conversations keep up, yeah. I just wonder what the next big thing is going to be. If they're going to keep talking about the tragedy of Dusker, probably not. Who do you want to watch next, chat? Who of the Blue Lions shall we watch? Demetrius got the most supports, but it'll feel good to kind of knock out some of the other folks, too. We've got Annette, Mercedes, Dudu, Felix, and Dimitri. This game has its yikes moments, but damn, does it make such important statements too? Yeah, for sure. It does like swing and miss at a lot, but it does nail a lot of other stuff. Golgi going for Dimitri, okay. Okay, so what should we watch first? Do we take our medicine and do a Gilbert? Have we seen most of the other house combos anyway? Well, I wouldn't say that. we've got a lot of the other... I mean, like, a lot still. There's a lot of inter-conversations that are still missing, you know? But I am gonna make note of what supports we have watched. Like, I don't know, like, what houses these folks are supposed to be in. I assume, like, Casper and Dorothy are usually in the same class, as is, like, Bernadetta and Petra. So, like, once we max that out, we don't have to watch it on stream again. We could, but we don't have to. So that might streamline the conversations a bit as we do other houses. Gilbert for the medicine. You know what sucks?
brings you here at this hour, and with sword in hand, no less? Hardly the appropriate attire for prayer.
What sucks is the Annette Dimitri support is about Gilbert as well, so we might as well watch that after this. Yeah, this will be... Let's see how many Gilberts we have left. This will be the last Gilbert we ever have to watch. Yeah. At least between the blue lines.
I am not here to pray to the goddess.
You gonna die?
I am
You gonna...
here to atone for my sins.
You gonna cut your belly, dude?
I see.
You gonna die? Imagine if he just dies in the support. You watch the support and Gilbert dies forever.
You are your father's reflection. He was never skilled at deception either. Your demand that I take your life was sincere, no matter how you might pretend otherwise.
Oh yeah, that's what their support was. He was just like, yeah, you want to make it up to me and my old man? How about you just kill me then? Make sure that there's no survivors of the tragedy, Dusker.
How astute of you. So, you think you can see right through me, do you?
I watched over you from the day you were born.
And then missed a few days here and there. And then lost sight of you when the whole 5-year time skip thing happened. But, like, in spirit.
And that is why it pains me so to do this. It is like taking the life of my own son.
He came here with a sword to try and kill Dimitri? Because Dimitri was like, you should kill me. Because the tragedy of Dusker is why.
I am sorry to burden you with this.
Is it really? And then
You have
Dimitri
my
dies?
gratitude. Now, make it quick.
He's really asking. I hope he cuts through Dimitri and then he's just like, what is this? Layers of spongy material with a cream filling? You're made of cake! And then Dimitri walks out from behind a pillar like, what do you think? Mercedes and Annette chipped together and made a little cake of me. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, you tried to kill me. Get the hell out of here.
Yes.
Clank off his armor. And he cuts his hair.
You really are a cruel man.
You believe death will bring an end to your torment? That is nothing but an act of cowardice.
Would anyone actually believe that he was gonna kill Dimitri? In a support conversation? I mean, that would be buck wild if they did do that, though. You watch the support and you can't watch any of Dimitri's other supports because he freaking died. And then you have to go tell Edelgard, well, Gilbert killed Dimitri because Dimitri's sad and Gilbert's sadder. And promised to kill him. Wow.
No matter how difficult, no matter how painful, your duty to your people is to continue fighting.
Even if those who have died, the many whose lives I have taken, would rather see me dead?
Many pray for your death. However, there are far more who need you here, alive.
Gilbert going for the suicidal people or cowardly angle. Yeah, not great. Hey, don't kick them while they're down.
In Fargus, in the monastery, in this army, and here, standing before you, to serve you, to bear your torment alongside you. That, your highness, is my atonement.
Dimitri needs to, like, look at this dude and be like, oh my god, this is my trajectory if I keep being a sad sack about this. I'm going to become Gilbert someday. My hair is going to keep getting longer. I'm going to put it in a ponytail. I'm going to become this sad sack. I can't do it.
Look at my hands.
They are shaking.
When I saw your sword swing before my eyes,
Oh, we didn't want to die.
for the first time, I did not wish to die.
Yeah, we certainly don't want to condone suicide. I don't want to condone him killing this dude either.
Many times I have felt that I cannot afford to die. But this was the first
He
time
really
I truly
did
feared
think
the
that
prospect.
this guy was going to kill him.
Tell me, Gustav, is it really right for me to live?
It is, Your Highness. It truly is.
Thank you.
But Dimitri won't believe this until Byleth tells it to him, because that's how this game works. An adult figure tells Dimitri, hey, you should not do this. And he's like, heck you, Dad, you're not my dad. And then Byleth is like, maybe you should, not do this. And he's like, you're right, and your hands are so tiny and warm. So he's actually gonna storm out of here and wait until I tell him to do it. That's all the Gilly supports. Well, this one's Gilly by proxy. Let's watch that. And this is
Your
Gilbert by
Highness.
proxy.
Thank you for everything.
I'm gonna cross this
This
off
is
now.
sudden. Why so formal? You are not about to tell me you intend to leave the army, are you?
We have very powerful tiny hands, indeed.
Oh no, it's not that. I just had the chance to return to the capital on military business. It had really been a long time. Life's pretty hard there right now,
I
but
really do wish
its
that
old
support ended
vitality
with
seems to be returning bit by bit.
Gilbert actually chopping him and him actually being cake. I think that would have been such a nice turn instead of what it was.
If it wasn't for you, I'm sure things wouldn't be looking so promising. So,
Come now, no need to exaggerate. Do not forget that I abandoned them and fled once as well.
Annette is such a little bean, isn't she? She's just such a little precious bean.
you had no choice. If you had
I just
remained in
wanna
the
hug her.
capital, you would have been killed. If you keep thinking so dark and gloomy, you're gonna end up looking just like Father.
What did I say? Did I not just say that? Thank you, game.
Annette, you probably do not realize, but over those 5 years, I took many, many lives. I slaughtered generals and officials alike with brutality you would scarcely think a human was capable of.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. We didn't get to see the bodies, but apparently they were, like, horrific.
And as I have intensified my fight with the Empire, how many people have fallen in the capital? My hands are already dripping with blood. I cannot be forgiven.
You really are a lot more like Father than I am. Before Father left us, he used to say similar things. I don't want you to end up like him. So, I've been thinking, when this war is over, I was wondering whether I could help you with your work.
Hell yeah, Royal Advisor Annette! This is a more meaningful promise to me than, like, Ingrid being like, I will serve you with my life. Like, okay. You've already been doing that, but, like, does this man need an advisor? Hell yes, he does. He needs somebody on his shoulder saying, now, Dimitri, you cannot eat the other officials. No, I know you want to bite them, but you cannot bite them. No, Dimitri. No. No killing on the weekends. Killing is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing.
Of course, I don't know how much I'd be able to support a king.
She's like she's a strategist. She's a brilliant mind. She's a warlock.
What are you saying?
If I leave you to your own devices, you'll forget how to laugh.
I guess she'll
We
be a
can't have
jester
that.
too.
You won't be able to do what you have to do with such a miserable look on your face. So, if you'll have me, I'd like to stay by your side.
It would be so. Characters in this game say, "I'll stay by your side" so much, and it makes me laugh. It's so corny. But she'll be able to deliver reports to Dimitri and tap dance at the same time, thus putting a smile on his face.
If you're sad or suffering,
She'll be like, and
I'll
the
just
taxes are
starve you
still
until you muster a
due
smile.
from the Gaspard region. They haven't paid up yet, probably because we killed Lord Leonardo 5 years ago. But anyway, tappa 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 tippity tap, and done. She liked my song and dance. What do we do about the Gaspard region?
Starve
They haven't
me.
paid in 5 years. Okay, wait, I did miss this line.
If you're sad or suffering, I'll just starve you until you muster a smile.
What? I missed that because I was thinking about Annette tap dancing. Hey, that's wild.
Hey, you weren't supposed to laugh at that part. I thought a lot about this.
She's
Sorry,
adorable.
I could not help myself. Certainly with you around, I will not have any cause to frown. By all means, join me, Annette. And never lose that sweet smile of yours.
He says stuff like this all the time. What are you saying, bud?
Yes, I promise.
I mean, I bet he was starting for a great deal of the time that we were in that time skip. That was only kinda about her dad, so it wasn't too bad. Alright, do you want to see Dimitri and the Ghost? Want to see Dimitri and Eloise or Dimitri and Catherine? He wants everyone. I think the last time I played this game, I was like, Dimitri better be like a dodecahedron because this dude is gonna run out of sides. He's rolling everybody up into his Katamari ball of sides. Like, I want you always by my side. Dude is clingy. She does have a sweet smile. Yeah, I can't disagree with him there. Marianne next? Okay. Let's see Dimitri, Marianne. Dimitri and the side ghost.
Spared again.
So it would seem. I told you that you were extraordinarily lucky.
Sometimes I think that must be true. But why me? Is this the goddess's way of telling me to make something of myself? There are so many others who are much more deserving of life.
I often think the same of myself, especially after battles where many lives were lost. But I must go on living. I cannot give in to death so readily.
Except for that time when I did walk up to Gilbert and I was like, okay, now you can kill me.
It is my duty to atone for my sins.
You almost gave
and to pay
up!
for the lives I've taken.
Unit, 12 more years. Thank you for a year. You are a sensational, Unit. And you're special. Thank you so much. How are you doing? How's your Monday, Tuesday?
I suppose
We're watching supports.
that must be why the goddess allows me to live on.
We watched all the Gilbert and Ingrid supports already, so you can rest comfortably. Well, all the Blue Lion, Ingrid, and Gilbert supports. There might be more, sorry.
Is there a reason she allows me to live?
Only you can know that. But I believe there is a reason. Marianne, life is difficult.
Hell yeah, brother, I hear that.
It is a burden.
You're getting ready for class, alright. Very nice. Good luck with class. Do you, gotta get, like, your stuff together? Oh man, that always makes me anxious. Getting all the work together, getting psyched to go listen to somebody talk for a while.
It feels terrible to continue standing when so many others had to fall.
If that is so, then carry on as you are. There is no need for you to force yourself to smile as your soul bleeds.
Hell yes, I love this emo advice. Screw Sylvain, who's just like, smile, you're prettier when you smile. And people will judge your worth based on whether you smile or not. And this emo-ass kid, don't force yourself to smile while your soul bleeds. Oh yeah, great.
But please, whatever you do, do not give up on yourself
That's the way
or
to
your
live it.
precious life.
What do you mean?
If you were to die, I would be devastated.
I want you to stay by my side. Maybe we should also take sips when Dimitri tells people to stay by his side.
You never have been easy to read.
Is that so?
Please say it. He's got to say it, right?
Everyone says that I need to cheer up. But you may be the first person to tell me not to.
Yeah.
Your life must also be difficult for you to understand my position.
Oh, yeah. Did you see him, like, 2 months ago? He was... Oh, boysy. I'm glad you didn't become that, Marianne.
So it is. I often feel I am not strong enough to live it.
It's an introductory class for a new group. You have to go over the stuff that you need to talk about. Oh, are you getting ready to teach class, Unit? Either way. Oh, that was maybe even more nerve-wracking.
I think our difficulties have brought us closer together.
Isn't this nice?
Do you?
Oh, was he blushing?
Absolutely.
Was that blushing, Dimitri? Why? Wild.
Please, Dimitri. Promise you'll live through this war, and long after.
Hell yeah, two sad people. I love this.
I don't know what I'd do with myself if we lost you.
As long as you are carrying on, I have yet another reason to carry on myself.
Aside from the vengeance quest.
I promise to the
Nice,
goddess
unit.
of Fodlan that I will never give you cause to
Oh
despair.
yeah, you know the mic cord is kind of getting a little long and I am bonking into it. Let me just scoot this back. I have been like kind of like beep, boop, beep. Sorry, that's probably been adding some yucky noise to stuff. Now my microphone's gonna run away from me. But thank you, yeah, I think I've been kind of whacking my kneecap into it. That's great units. Oh boy, I remember the scramble during mornings to get things all ready for the class and get like myself together. Ah, but still, I never want to introduce any unnecessary audio stuff. Sorry for the mic cord bonks. I promise the goddess of Fodlan I will never give you cause to despair. Never? Oh, he didn't say stay by my side. Okay, we just have 2 more Dimitri supports. What would you like to see? Oh my gosh, Dimitri Alois has been great. Dimitri Alois has been Al trying to make Dimitri laugh with his jokes, but his jokes are so bad that Dimitri laughs at them. So it's been pretty good. And then Dimitri Catherine. That's been primarily, I think, about the past, right? About her and House Karen. Dimitri and Marianne are gonna go listen to some In Excess records. Yeah. They're gonna listen to some Linkin Park and really just feel their feelings. Let's see Dimitri Catherine, because I can't remember what that was about. And then, like, Dimitri Alois will be a bomb.
What's wrong,
upon our
Dimitri?
souls.
Your sword play's oddly sluggish today.
Sorry.
Sorry, I've been hanging around with Gilbert a lot, and it's really bringing me down.
If you were hungry, I'd get you something to eat. That's not the problem, though, it seems.
Although sometimes when it isn't the problem, still having a little nibble of something makes you feel better.
It's not much fun fighting you when you're so far below your usual standards.
Do not worry.
Is she, like,
I will be
Russian?
myself again in a moment.
No, okay.
Are you worried about something? Tell me.
Man, the Catherine Shamir max support was possibly one of the best things I've seen in this game. How did I forget about that when I was talking about some of the best supports? I talked about Ash Petra, but the Catherine Shamir where they're like doing the whole like, well, let's spend the rest of our lives together kind of thing, and Catherine's just like, woo! You could like see the steam shooting out of her ears as she was like contemplating this. It was so good.
This war. Once it is over, I will have to go back to the capital.
It made my heart sing.
You
I
will
think I was
remain
clapping
here
like
as
a
a knight of
fool.
Seros.
Yes, if we're both still alive.
When that happens, there will not be many chances for us to have these little duels of ours, will there?
I suppose not. Garrigmach and Ferdiad are quite far apart.
It will be hard to get by without them.
Aww.
I've grown very fond of these sessions.
Sad Dimitri doesn't get to play swords with his friend Cassandra anymore.
Wow, you sure know how to draw out a conversation.
Why is she so angry?
Just say what's on your mind.
Please, return to the capital with me.
Stay by my side.
That's it? Return to the capital, just like that, with no explanation?
You were the one who told me to speak frankly.
Yes, I've also told you that I'm devoted to the Knights of Seros and wouldn't dream of leaving. It'd be one thing if you were asking me to return to my family. Why summon me to the capital?
So we can hang out and do swords together.
I just want to be near you.
I'm taking that as a I want to be by your side thing. What a goober. This dude does say it to everybody, doesn't he? He was so touch-starved and lonely for like the 5 years that he was being like a feral possum. You know, a rabid dog or a wild boar, as Felix says. He was like so lonely during that time, and now he's just like, please don't leave me. I'm so lonely. Please, I just want you near me. It's adorable, but come on, man.
Oh, please. Don't waste your romantic words on me. Save them for a girl you really like.
I was just saying what I felt.
I'm just saying.
Is that so? I never imagined that brat with the silly haircut would try to woo me someday.
This is a callback to when she first saw him and he was swinging a sword around and she thought he was a little girl.
Do you really still see me as that young prince?
But look at how mad that Dimitri photo is. Woo.
You take yourself too seriously. But you're not selfish, even if you are a bit greedy with your sword. They do say you can tell who a person really is from the way they wield their sword. Maybe it's true.
You'd knock this game for sidestepping direct LGBT stuff, but you can't recall many supports that didn't sidestep hetero stuff either. It's a relationship baiting, but like, maybe you're forgetful, but you do believe. Yeah, I don't think there's been one direct person who's like, I like you a lot, and it's been Mercedes to Byleth. Where Mercedes is like writing a letter to her dad saying that she's not going to marry the person that her dad is trying to arrange her to marry. And she tells the professor, when the professor's like, oh, who's that? And then she's like, oh, silly, it's you, Professor. And I'm like, what? Huh? So, into Dweechi's throne room, there's like 10 people right next to him with to do on his lap. Yeah. He's like, I need constant skin contact, actually. So if you could all hold my hands. You, Professor, need to hold my hand, please. You have the tiniest and warmest hands. Please, it's good for my soul.
About coming back to the capital, okay? Someday.
A visit from your gay sword aunt is great.
But as for now, don't you have something more important to worry about?
I think that's lovely.
Yes, I do.
Stop getting distracted by trivialities. Focus on what actually matters.
Like killing your stepsister. You know, it's the important things in life.
We'll have plenty of time to flirt when the war's over.
Good luck with that, buddy. This lady is hyper gay. Yeah, good luck flirting with Catherine. I tried. She said no because she's too into Lady Rhea. Alright. Now for Dimitri Eloise. And then we might take a little break. And I might go get like a little movie snack or something. I don't know. Also, I've been pushing around the pill on my table like an idiot. Oh my god. Now I don't know what it is. I really... Did I take it? Oh man. I set aside a pill for... Ah! It's on the ground! Fool that I am. Catherine isn't even gay. She's like 100% asexual, but she has some leanings. She might be bi in the sense that she's attracted to two things, Lady Rhea and Shamir, kind of. At least their support gave me a slight inclination that way.
Dimitri, just the man I was looking for.
I gotta see this
I
uncle
wanted
humor
to thank you for your help.
before I get my movie snacks. I might pop up some popcorn and bring up some York peppermint patties, and I promise that won't be my whole dinner. Promise I'll make up some real food too.
My help? I'm not sure what you mean.
I would have delivery, Flynn. I know you tipped for that. I would do delivery, but if I get delivery at like 10 p.m., my dog is gonna bark and it's gonna wake up the whole thing. Have you seen Shamir? Man, I do love Shamir so much. Hi, Mim. Your peppermint popcorn. I'm sure somebody's done that.
Don't tell me you've forgotten your help when the monsters attacked.
I bet if you could basically make that happen, Cool for the Jewels, at the movie theater, you get the big bucket of popcorn, you get a box of Junior Mints, you dump it on top of the popcorn, and then people call you a maniac, because that's wild. Still. We'll do, Flynn.
Ah, you mean the day you came up with those terribly hilarious jokes?
When you put it like that, I feel like you're the one who's kidding.
You know what? I always opt for contactless delivery, but lately they still, by contactless, they'll do like, they touch the doorbell, they knock on the door, and then they run back to their car. Like, they don't come in contact with me, but they like touch everything that is in my house. Or like, not in my house, but like outside. You put it in the note? Yeah, that's probably what I gotta do.
Even I knew those jokes were awful.
My dad even had like pizza delivered a week or two ago. Oh no, this was actually something I had delivered, and I included the tip, and then apparently the guy that was delivering the food was waiting for a tip at the door, according to my dad. But I had told my dad ahead of time that the tip was included, so he told that to the guy. It was just like weird. It was weird. And I did the 20% tip as well. I don't know, maybe that wasn't enough. You always feel bad and your dog barks your head off at the pizza guy. I assume they know it by now, you know?
I was trying to think on my feet to raise the soldiers' spirits.
We got a good old uncle here and a sad, sad prince who's getting less sad by the day.
Well, you certainly succeeded.
Thanks to Uncle
Our journey
Al's
home
great
was
jokes.
much easier as a result. As for myself, I am not much of an orator. I could never have done the same in that situation.
I think Alois is a crucial part of this kingdom because so many of the damn blue lions are so serious. And there's other ones like Annette and Mercedes who are like less serious all the time, but like Ingrid, serious. Dew, fairly serious. And Sylvain is a joke. Felix, serious. Dimitri, serious. Like there's so many serious ones that they need somebody like Uncle Al around to really lighten the mood, tip the scales. Your friend that works for DoorDash sometimes says it doesn't show up on their end if you just select it and also don't put in the note. Okay, good to know. You pretend that you have like a newborn that you don't look it up. I see. You're doing well? You're moved and settled in. That is excellent news, Mim. Glad to hear that. Doesn't matter who comes to the door. Oh yeah, my dog barks. If she hears people like walking up the sidewalk, she gets going. She knows that distinctive like clonking sound.
You're the only reason the gags didn't fall flat. If you hadn't started laughing when you did.
Well, I admit the jokes themselves were perhaps not your best work. But there is no harm in that. Even when you stumble, your good humor brightens everyone's mood and wins their trust.
Yeah? You think? I never thought
That's
about
why
it
everyone
like
likes
that.
you, Al. It's not because of your jokes, which are very bad.
But if you say so, maybe I do have a knack for this.
As
Oh,
one
I
who
cut
is
off his
bound
laugh.
to lead, I could stand to learn a lot from you.
Oh no, don't learn the jokes.
I am often told by both friends and subordinates that I am without humor.
Yeah, he is a bit of a humorless guy. He's just so earnest.
Alois, if you would be so kind, could you teach me to tell jokes?
What a horrible idea this is.
Sure, I'm happy to help if you want to be as lousy a joker as I am.
Oh, boy.
You could surely
Oh,
find a better
boy.
teacher somewhere else. In the stables, for example.
He's gonna practice some jokes on Edelgard, and it's gonna go so bad.
No. I would like to learn from you, Alois.
I see. Well, I guess I can't say no.
Can't say no to the king. He's gonna end this with a bad joke.
I hope you're ready to become a wizard of wit.
I will endeavor to be a good student.
I will learn magical jokes.
Very good. That's what I like to hear. Soon you'll be cracking wise like there's no tomorrow. Everyone will think you're a pun in the neck.
Jesus God. Okay, they didn't dignify that with a response from Dimitri. Good. And that's all the Dimitri supports. Whoa, we've watched so many supports already. We're finally picking things up, aren't we? Finally picking things up. We've got Dedu supports, Felix, and Zanette in terms of the Blue Lions. Oh, and of course Mercedes. Oh, Mercedes is one with Felix, but... Somebody pay for the pun? I will. It's just gonna be a smiley face. Why not? There you go. Uncle Al, you always make me smile. We're not skipping the other house supports. I thought that today we would do primarily Blue Lion stuff. And then we can do teachers after that, and then the non-Blue Lion supports. I don't think we need to skip them, though. But whatever ones we watch during this playthrough, I may not watch during the next one, or I may watch them offline or something. We'll see, though. I mean, we could save stuff like Caspar, Dorothea, Max support for the end of the Black Eagles playthrough. You know, all the inter-house supports are like I think all of these four are Iggy, Lysithea, Marianne, Leonie. I think they're all Golden Deer. Did I really grab 4 Black Eagles and 4 Golden Deer? That's quite something. That's like weirdly balanced. Now Dimitri sets up a Department of Dad Jokes and Punishment as an alternative for serving minor defenses. Yeah. You have to listen to Uncle Al's... You have to listen to Dimitri's stand-up that he's learning from Uncle Al. And I think a lot of people just choose death instead. They're just like, I'll just take the capital punishment. Actually, if I could just not hear your 5-minute stand-up routine, I've heard it's torture. But you know what's not torture? this short little, I mean, it might be torturous for some of you who want to see the supports right now, but I gotta go grab something to eat. I'm gonna bring up some snackies because we're gonna be watching a whole bunch more anime and I need some snacks. So I'm gonna snack on some stuff. I'll bring up some popcorn and movie snacks so that we can really absorb these supports. We've got a few more. Like I said, Felix, Annette, and Dedue, primarily. Gotta focus on. And watch all these great blue lions do their thing. So I'll be back in like 10 minutes. That should be enough time to make and eat popcorn, I think. See y'all soon. Popcorn good. I also had a few peppermint patties. They're peppermint patty thins, so they're like this big and quite thin. So I don't feel too bad about eating those. You're in bed vegging out? Are we close to finishing this playthrough? Story-wise, yes. We do have a little bit more content to get through by watching all these supports, Ben. So I've almost done absolutely everything. There's still just a little more we gotta eke out, though. A gamer feed bag. Of course, yes, to go with the milk-cooled PC. See? Ryan David Gilbert is giving me everything. Now, Ryan, that seems like an extraordinary amount of money that you've now sent me. So I want to make sure you're cool with that, Ryan. Did you mean to put all the zeros in that? Because that is an extraordinary amount of money. It is a boo. Also, something just appeared at the corner and like a furtive creature. That lady walked into frame and it was a little scary. Ryan says, thanks, Obama. And it wasn't $1 million. That I'd have to like bring my parents into the room and then we would all cry and the rest of the stream would be me crying and stuff. How many? Well, there's in addition to the 00 cents, there's a lot of zeros in it. Ryan, thank you for the stimulus check. And also thanks to Obama on Ryan's behalf. Thank you. It's not Dead Space 2 money. Let's not get there. That would be insane. Also, my taxes would be so jacked up. Oh, hello? God. I have to do taxes in like 2 or 3 days, and that would jack them up so wildly. Ryan, thank you so much for the stimulus check that you've given me. That's outrageous, dude. I don't know how to thank you. But I hope that you're doing well. And also, that's fabulous, Ryan. And you're doing a lot better, according to this paper, and I think you know that in your heart, that you are doing a lot better in life. So, oh, and happy late birthday to Manny as well. I think you said that was your 37th time around the sun this time. You do gotta take care of yourself, too. You gotta use some of that survival money, as Flynn has framed it. But thank you, my God. I don't know what to do with that money. I don't know, what would you like me to... Well, that's a dangerous thing to ask, but... That's some Stella Treats money for sure, at the least. Thank you kindly. I really don't know what to say. I hope that you enjoy the supports we're going to watch today. Doing quite well. Don't be mad. Okay, I won't be mad, but... Let me know later if there's any, doubts about what I should do. Or if you're like, I trust that you're in a right state of mind and stuff. Let's just keep rolling. Alright, let's watch some more ding-dang supports, why don't we? It's your 37th time floating around this rock of an earth. Yeah. Good on you, Manny. I'm proud of you, sticking around. You also have a lot of zeros in your bank account, Centauri. Unfortunately, there's no numbers in front of them. Yeah, I've been there. I have been there. Ryan and Manny, would you like to pick our next support? I would like to focus on the Blue Lions. We got my main man Dedue over here. Coolest guy in the Blue Lions. Felix, most sword person ever. Mercedes is a marshmallow. With some spikes, I guess, maybe. And Annette, she's like a marshmallow that was coated in citric acid. You know, the stuff that they roll like Sour Patch gummies in. And then you got Annette, who's just like a little jelly bean. You don't even know what the fuck is going on in this game, to be honest. That's all good. To be fair, to be frank, neither do I most of the time. I just kind of vibe and get by. Sword Saint Savant. Felix? Alright, for you, Manny. We'll go with Felix. Felix is great. Felix has so many supports with the ladies, so we'll start off at the top. Felix and Mercedes. That's right! In one of their previous supports, Mercedes, who we see here on the right, said that she viewed Felix kind of like her younger brother Emile, who we did kill very recently because he was the Death Knight, which is not a good knight, not the good kind of knight. The Death Knight is the baddest kind. You learned the hard way that opening a Swiss bank account didn't automatically make you a millionaire. Aw, dang. Aw, beans. Man, and they always hype up those Swiss bank accounts. See, that was my plan. I was just gonna go put that Ryan stimulus check in the bank account. I could go open a Swiss bank account. I was gonna, like, message Tyrannus after the show and be like, hey, I heard that you can, like, be super rich if you put money in these things. How do you do it? Even Tyrannus doesn't even know. Well, this is a good support so far.
Do you need something? Let's hear it.
Oh, no, I don't need anything. I was just hoping to talk to you, Felix.
When I said you could be near me, I meant on the battlefield. You're pushing it a little too far. You better not start calling me Emile.
But they are kind of alike. If Emile is Yuritsa, then they really mostly just care about battle. Swiss bank account is just your regular bank account with a bunch of holes in it. Ooh, yeah. Swiss cheese account.
I'm not just using you as a stand-in for my brother.
That would be weird and kind of fetishistic a little bit.
I don't mean to upset you.
I'm not like that. That's not what I'm after.
But I've come to realize that you two don't have that much in common after all.
How about that? I thought they had a lot in common, which is liking sword. Hi, Buddha, good to see you.
I don't understand. Why are you hanging around me if not to replace your brother?
He also lost a brother. You'll remember Glenn, who died in the tragedy of Dusker.
It's not that I want to be near Emile, but I want to be near you.
Well, and Emile is, yeah, he's a ripperonis.
What?
How embarrassing. It must sound like I'm coming on to you. Regardless, you've made it clear that you don't want me around.
Oh.
No. It's not that.
Good. Then I'll continue to spend time at your side.
What a perplexing creature.
What's that? Did you say something? Never mind that. Why don't we go out for a nice cup of tea?
She's such a sweet older sister, isn't she?
I can't think of a reason to refuse your invitation, so I suppose I have to accept.
Oh, he's all flustered. That was the support. That was a good short one. That was a nice little short one. Alright, Felix the cat. The wonderful, wonderful cat. We'll see Felix and Lysithea, I guess? Sure. Oh yeah, Lysithea and Felix's supports have been about... He catches Lysithea eating cake and she's like, isn't cake the greatest? And he's like, I hate cake. Cake killed my father, or whatever.
Felix! I've awaited.
But then she gave him
some
some cake. I was like, you have to let me know how it tastes.
You don't change. Still prattling on about it.
Aw, come on. I just want to hear what you thought of the cake I gave you.
It was edible.
Wow, edible.
If by edible you mean incredible, then yes, I agree.
It was satisfying and lightweight. I imagine it would be quite useful as a battlefield provision.
Really? Like, okay.
Please refrain
Battle
from lumping
cake.
delectable cake into the same category as provisions.
You're upset and I don't understand why.
Poor Felix. Social interactions are hard. Dude, I get it. It's rough. You said the cake was good, and for good reasons.
I'm complimenting the cake. You cured my dislike of sweets.
Wow.
For that, I thank you.
He's cured?
have an interesting way of giving compliments.
Wowie.
But I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, that would be so great if they make little Debbie cakes. Maybe some, like, Twinkies or something. That'd be great.
Yes. Got any cakes on you?
You say that as though I just carry cake on me at all times. Did you want some?
I'm not gonna make a cakes joke. I'm not gonna make a cakes joke. I'm not gonna make a cakes joke about... Not gonna make it. We're not gonna do that. We're strong here. We're strong, mature adults that don't need to joke about body parts about cake. No, we don't need to do it.
If you baked a cake, however, I wouldn't object to eating a slice.
Oh, I love that he's like super into these cakes now.
If cake is what you want, you can just ask me directly. It just so happens I have a brand new recipe I tried out, special for you.
You made me hate cake less is definitely a weird way to thank somebody for making a good cake, right? Well, Felix always goes the roundabout way.
It's delicious and not overly sweet. Perfect for you.
Okay.
Go on, take a bite.
Oh.
You love it, I can tell. Here, try this one out too.
She just has a bunch of cake with her?
Hmm.
Oh, I love this support where she's just feeding Dimitri.
See? So amazing, huh? Just keep working
That's
on
adorable.
that sweet tooth of yours. Then we can share cake notes together and eat cake together all the time.
This is so cute. This is the most precious support.
That is... It just sounds nice is all.
Hmm? Okay. That does sound nice.
Eating cake sounds pretty cool. And like, he's not hearing the part where she says, eating cake with me. He's just like, eating cake. I guess I like this now. That's pretty cool. Felix, you're a good boy. You have cake at all times? I wish I could have cake at all times with me. And yes, Tyrannus, cake is a metaphor for stuff in the English language. Mostly booty. But I wouldn't make that joke, because I'm a grown, very, very mature human being that's never made a crass joke in her life, ever.
And that's how it's done.
You just, like, tell someone you don't like a thing, and then they give you a lot of that thing. It's great, Leonie. You try it.
Good to know. There are so many differences between bows and blades.
Yes. You're a quick learner, Leonie.
Well,
and
it's
quite
kinda,
a good teacher as well.
It's kind of like onion in French, isn't it, Tyrannus? I want to see some Lysithea fan art. Should we dress in a trench coat lined with different types of cakes? Yes. I bet she was very excited by that trend last year about everything being made of cake. That would make her take up a sword, for sure.
Must be Captain Gerald's influence. The weather, the terrain, the enemy's feelings. You have to find ways to make it all work for you.
I agree. A warrior can't stick too closely to predefined tactics.
It's good to see him doing a support that's, like, agreeably talking about swords with somebody.
That's quite shrewd. You're impressive for a girl.
Oh, you're in trouble now, my man.
For a girl? Come on, you're past that.
Trouble.
Looking down on your opponent is a great way to fall into a pit trap, isn't it?
Which is literally what he did in the previous support. She made a pit trap and he fell on it.
I suppose that's true.
Glad you remember.
I still have much to learn. Not only about swordplay, but also about thinking on my feet. I hope to learn more from you, Leonie.
Count on it. We'll come up with plenty of new
Heck
ideas
yeah.
if we work together. Guess that means we're partners, doesn't it?
Partners, like in our lesbian aunt sense partners?
We're what?
Partners. Friends who help each other improve.
Oh, that's what you mean by partners. Okay.
Huh. Partners. That's not bad.
Not at
So
all.
never heard the
Looking
word
forward
partners
to working
before?
with you, partner.
Likewise, partner.
Okay, there you go. A friendship support with Felix. A support that doesn't end up with, like, you know, some girl admitting her crush on Felix or something, which I feel like is half of the Felix supports. Or him saying something that implicates him in a romantic sense with them. I would have made her a murderer. She tried to find anyone's inner... That's true. I mean, she could have gone Lysithea with her obsession with cake. Might have gone on a Dimitri, like, kill them all rampage. Just to find out if everyone was made of cake or not. Was eating a bite of cake all it took for Felix to lighten up? Yeah, the death of his dad, too, I think, contributed to it. You don't think this game is an ending, Shy? I agree. I think they find out that I'm still playing it 200 hours later, and they're like, what can we do? What else can we do to make this gal just keep whiling away her time? Let's see. Who do you want to watch? Dedue or Annette? So we're done with Felix now. We got Dedue and Annette left. And Dedue wants to talk to Annette and Mercedes. And then Annette has to talk to Caspar, Lysithea, and Hanneman. So I guess taking care of Dedue would kind of knock out some of the ones we already have to watch. Dedue all day, every day. Have you beaten this one, Chai? Did you play this one? Or do you just mostly watch it? Alright, let's see how Dedue... I think Dedue and Annette was a cooking-based one? Yeah. Can't remember Dedue and Mercedes' conversations. Haven't done this one. Do you like strategy games?
Oh, Dedue. Are you praying to the goddess of Floodlight?
Right.
That seems odd.
They were talking about religion, because Mercedes was raised effectively by the church and wants to serve the church. And Dedue was talking about the gods and spirits of Duscur, who, he's kind of like the sole survivor of Duscur, of the tragedy of Duscur, the incident after which they, like, scorched and destroyed his homeland. And he kind of has to carry the spirits and traditions of Duscur with him. So, he's expressed, maybe not an, I guess he's expressed an interest in the religion of the land. I just wonder, I don't think he can vibe with it, but let's see.
Won't the Duscur gods be upset if they hear you praying to another land's deity?
The Fodlan goddess was recognized in Duscur, too.
Oh, that's cool. Huh. You played some of the early English ones. Those last forever, too. Oh my goodness. But they're good, though, right? I should hope they're still pretty good.
The deities of foreigners are seen as the protectors of their respective lands.
That's a cool way to see that.
It has been said that we would offer our prayers to her in times of war.
Huh. So the goddess is part
I
of
like
a
that
pantheon.
idea.
I guess that's one way to interpret it.
That's cool.
Anyway, what are you praying for?
For peace to come even one day sooner.
God, I'm so miffed. But not by Ryan gifting that sent to Chai. Chai, welcome back. Chai, hold on now. Let me get that month count for you. Oh, you're at 11 months now, Chai. Nearly a year. Chai, that's fabulous. And Ryan, you're a big help. You do enjoy the games, but you have to set like a year of your life for them now. Oh boy, do I know that. We've put 200 hours into this game and done almost one playthrough. What kills me about this line is Dedue wishes for peace to come even one day sooner. The battle against Edelgard is going to happen on the day before Dedue's birthday. And if that means in this game I cannot celebrate Dedue's birthday with a tea party, I'm going to be very upset. They better let me have a tea party with Dedue to celebrate our victory or whatever.
That's a lovely prayer.
I think this
I
is
was
so
just
dang
thinking
sweet.
about praying for that myself.
I see.
Hey, Dedue, what are your plans for yourself once this war is finally over?
To serve His Highness for the rest of my days.
And she wishes to serve the church for the rest of her days.
I thought you might say that.
It's cool to see people who really know their purpose in life and go get it. That's great. They're just going after it. That's excellent. As someone who's been very indecisive all her life, like, it's admirable to see people who are like, I know what I want to do, and I'm doing the hell out of it right now.
And you?
Phantom Ginger, you are too kind to me. My hair was attacked recklessly today by the humidity. It was raining all day today, and I had to spend a little bit of time outside checking on the plants and stuff. And my hair was, like, very straight, and now it's got a lot of volume, at least. But thank you very much, Phantom Ginger. Yeah, we can celebrate his birthday in New Duscur. Exactly. I'm gonna kick out the Kleinen? I think it was or Kleinen? Whatever. There's a family who basically started the tragedy of Duscur, helped along with it, then subjugated the people of Duscur and drove them out of the land. So, like, I'm gonna go wipe out those folks, install Dedue there, or whoever he wants to be representative of Duscur, and then plant a bunch of flowers because the whole place got destroyed. And what Dedue wants is to have the flowers of Duscur bloom again. And thank you, Ryan, for gifting that sub to Phantom Ginger as well. Ryan, you are too kind. Thank you for the generosity. I cannot even begin to thank you. You are sensational. And Phantom Ginger, keep up the great work. That's 8 months for you now, Phantom Ginger. Almost a big old baby. Almost a healthy baby.
That's a good question. I was thinking about traveling to Duscur.
Look at that! That's great!
To Duscur? There is nothing of interest left there.
Oh, she would love to, like, help rebuild Duscur, I bet.
Isn't it where you were born? And isn't it where your wonderful food and stories come from? I think those are reasons enough to visit at least once.
Dude, I wanna, if I could, like, warp myself into a game, I'd love to just jump in this game and just, like, start gardening in Duscur. That's like, man, I hope there is some touch of that at some point at the end of this game. That it's not all just like, oh, I'm so sad that Dimitri lost his dad and stuff. I, like, could not, that's rough, man. But so did Dedue, and so did everybody else in Duscur who didn't die. Most of them actually did just die, so.
Mercedes.
You know what I mean? The weather's been windy. Oh yeah, it was so cold and rainy today. It was like bone-chillingly cold. I was out in this, and I thought, I'm so smart. I'm wearing a cool people sweater outside. This is like a hoodie that doesn't have a hood on it. You know, back in the day where they made sweaters that were just kind of like this? This is like my grown-up adult sweater that I have. My other one is under my bed. It's a wool sweater. That's the one I wear when I'm feeling fancy. But I put on this today because it's just kind of like easy. I signal adult with it instead of I signal a high school child whenever I'm wearing a zip-up hoodie. And I was still bone-chillingly cold outside, so I truly do not deserve Mercedes. She's such a little sweet bean.
If you will allow it, I would like to accompany you. His Highness would surely grant me leave to go.
Whoa, that's cool as hell! Dedue doing his own thing! Whoa, this is the first I've heard of that. Dedue doing a thing that isn't by Dimitri's side, leaving Dimitri's side for even a moment?
You really think so? Then I hope the
Hell
war ends
yes.
as soon as possible.
As do I.
That's cool as hell, Dedue!
We're going to have to shower the goddess with prayers.
Yes.
We'll pray that she watches over and protects us while we work to end this war.
I think we're gonna end this war real quick. As soon as I can get my toes into that war, I think we're ending it.
Then, when it's finally finished, we can travel.
That promises to be interesting. We should pray to the Duscur gods as well.
Heck yeah.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea. Which of the Duscur gods should we pray to?
For victory, we pray to the god of war. Or just the god of war.
Come on, what were you going to say?
What were you gonna say, Dedue?
Oh, I know. It's the god of travel, right?
Let us leave it at that.
There you go. Pray to the god of
I
travel.
knew I was right. You taught me so much about your gods.
Heck yeah.
So let's pray. For the end of the war, and for our safe travels to Duscur.
This is so sweet. I am kind of doing a bit of a, like, cool story. Yeah. Because I'm watching these cool stories, so. That was cute as hell. Yeah. Dedue is the man, I'm telling you. And Mercedes is the lady. I love her. One of these days you hope to get a Switch and play this game. I hope you do. Now, did y'all hear the rumblings? My dad actually told me this news tonight. Did y'all hear about the, I think Nvidia's making a card, right? For the, or these are rumors that Nvidia's making the card for the Switch so it can port to, it can, like, support 4K. That's what's rumbling around. Damn, imagine Breath of the Wild in 4K. I don't know if this game would look like any better in 4K, but maybe. Has a bigger OLED screen with an NVIDIA chipset. Certainly will help things run a little bit zippier, right? You've heard many rumors and you try not to comment on them? Yeah. I try not to rumor monger either because I think when you do that, your expectations get let down. So. Oh god, I super don't want to think of the broken backgrounds. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
What is it, Annette?
I completely forgot that it's my turn for kitchen duty today. Huh? Did you do all the kitchen prep already?
Sounds interesting, but seeing from the problems with NVIDIA distribution stuff, you don't know when they'd be able to release that. Yeah, exactly. And also, how much would it cost with how much graphics cards are running these days? Like, is this gonna be like a $1,000 Switch? Already you have to pay kind of a premium price for like Nintendo stuff. It's not as much as like the PS5 or the Xbox Series, whatever the hell. I don't remember what they call it. Sorry, I'm a bit back on the Xbox stuff. But like, how much money would that be running? Oh, don't be sorry, Jin. You don't have to apologize for no Korean word of the day. Thank you so much for the resub. It's an amazing effort you've made, Jin. You should take a bow. My mom? Whoa, suddenly British. My mom, I think, taught me the word for knucklehead in Korean today because she thought I said that word. But I don't want to repeat it in case it doesn't mean knucklehead and means something worse. That's too cool with the jewels. Sold at retail for 400 and then bought and scalped. That's like... it drives me, like, up a wall. But you're totally right about that. So maybe it wouldn't be so bad on the Switch. The Series S and the Series X, that's right. What is up with Xbox naming their stuff things that could very easily be misinterpreted by your mom who doesn't know anything about video games trying to buy you a console for Christmas? Like the Xbox One or the Xbox Series S X. Like, I feel like a lot of folks who don't know gaming are gonna have a hard time hearing S and X and differentiating. Like, oh no, which one does my sweet child want? They asked for an Xbox Series today and I don't know which. Curious Cat, you heard $100 more. Wow, you think it's only gonna run $100 more? Wowie. That's not too bad. You don't think they'll try to put out something that's more expensive than a PS5? Yeah. Yeah. Tell me if it's a no-no word. Does it start with M? I thought it was like, oh god, I wish there was a Twitch feature where you could say something just to one person. I forgive. Oh no, I don't want to say it in case it's bad. You know what? I'll just look this word up. Hold on. I'm just gonna Google this by phonetics. I'm just gonna phonetics. No, I don't know. I don't want to know how to say the word Paul in Korean. I think it was... Okay. Apparently, this word means fool or stupid in Korean. It starts with a P. Or a B? Grandma's confused about what to buy their grandkids every year that Christmas. Oh, the Wii U, that's right. Yeah, I could say that word? Okay, babo. My mom was saying it like pabo. But she said that's knucklehead in Korean. I didn't want to, like, my mom isn't a Korean language native Korean language speaker, you know what I mean? I didn't sleep well last night, so my brain's all a jumble. But anyway, I didn't want to say something that is like, that's the biggest, baddest cuss word in Korean, and I can't believe you would say that. My mother is listening to this show. Anyway, so you did teach me a word, Jin. Thank you. Alrighty. Thank you for the 19 months. I don't know if I did this already, but you're gonna get double thanked if not. Hooray for you. And keep up the great work. Thanks for slowly teaching me some Korean. It isn't a swear word, it's more like just a regular word. Yeah. She don't innate Korean speech. Yeah. I don't know. I woke up early last night because I didn't eat enough before bed. I've been having a problem doing that lately. It's just hard to get my appetite before bed. I think it's because I'm working out much less, so I'm not burning as much energy during the day. But then at night, my metabolism kicks in, and it's just like, we're dreaming. Turn on the tummy machine and get that food digesting. So Snake, you think it's gonna be like 400 or maybe 450 tops? Okay. Oh, all right. The Xbox One Series X Extraterrestrial Edition S. Oh no! Don't say that. Don't speak that into the universe, Manny, because it'll happen. So, food, to do, Annette, support.
Kitchen duty is mine today.
What? But, oh, did I get the day wrong?
Yes, yours is tomorrow.
Oh, her support with the do is also about not being a scatterbrain. That's right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Wow, I really am something else.
I bet that's not true. I bet he did kitchen duty for her anyway.
These things happen.
She's gonna go back to her room, look at the calendar, and it's like, no, it actually was
Is
today.
something funny?
Oh, no, I was just happy. So, you probably already know this, but my uncle is really strict. He wanted me to be perfect at cooking, studying, cleaning, washing, everything really. He said if I wasn't perfect, as a knight's daughter, I'd be devaluing my crest.
Man, I'm so glad we already found her uncle and beat him up. Because that sucks. Devaluing? Because you're not perfect at cooking, studying, cleaning? Oh no, this is what's inspired her perfectionism. No, it's not out of a will to be better. It's out of a will to, like, be perfect for her uncle? No! God, I want to fight every adult in this game. They suck so much.
Whenever I messed up, he looked so mad. And he'd sigh like he just lost his faith in humanity.
Man, I'm glad we beat up Baron Dominic. That dude sucks. What's wrong with the men in Annette's family? Her dad is a wet towel and her uncle sucks. Ugh. You're gonna win the lottery without buying a ticket? You put that in the universe, make it happen. But hey, what if I could though? You're gonna find the winning ticket on the ground? Sorry.
That is harsh.
Maybe.
Oh, I know he loved me and all. He was just kind of scary.
And overbearing? Definitely.
You've helped me out and been patient with me without getting mad. I'm just
She
so
needs some
happy.
good male, like,
Thank you, Dedu.
folks in her life to be, so she doesn't wind up thinking that all dudes are like this.
I have hardly done anything.
I've literally just not been an asshole, kind of, sort of, this whole time.
You know what? You remind me of my father.
Oh no! A surprise Gilbert mention out of nowhere!
Of Gilbert.
You look scary at first glance, but you're actually really kind.
Is that so?
Oh, right. Let me
Don't
help you
you
with
dare,
something,
Manny.
if that's okay with you. What are you cooking today? Hopefully I can chip in.
It is a meat dish from Fargus.
I'm still a complete klutz, so I'm not gonna be in the way, am I?
Not at all. I was hoping that the food I made would bring a smile to your face.
Oh, he's such a nice guy, isn't he?
Oh, wow.
That would be a hell of a thing to explain to everybody else, though, Manny. Like, well, I need to set aside, how much did I say it'd be? Like $35,000 or $45,000 or something to play Dead Space. I need to set aside this huge chunk of money so that this streamer can play a video game. Hope y'all don't mind. This could fuel our family for generations, or it could fuel one person's terror for about a year.
Well,
This
then,
is adorable.
I can't wait for dinner
Hey,
time.
Zachy, welcome back.
Good.
We're watching some great supports today. Zachy, you're fabulous. You already knew that, though. And also beautiful. You should know that. Every time two characters talk in this game, you want them to settle down and have babies together. This game ships everybody so hard together. This game is just like these two people. You wouldn't think it, but they could have a future together. Sure, we can Kickstarter if you promise to create and sell a totally reasonable and improbable product that looks cool and then just vanish with the money. Yeah, you could, like, plenty of folks do that. Plenty of folks are like, here's the video game you've always wanted. It's Mega Man and Dark Souls combined. It's called Maverick Souls. And then after you fully fund like this $100,000 product, you can just, boo, just pull the rug out from people's feet like, haha, fools. This is actually going to Dead Space 2. There you go. Thank you, Manny. I just want to make sure you're being fiscally responsible. So Annette has a lot of supports with non-Blue Lion members. We've already watched most of her Blue Lion supports, so it's time to see some people who aren't from Fargus. How about that?
Hey, Caspar. Can I ask you something?
Well, hey there, Annette. What's on your mind?
What? These like two little fire and ice beans.
Is there anything you pay particular attention to on the battlefield? Stuff you make sure not to mess up?
A lot of her stuff is like, not being scatterbrained, I guess. And also being bad at cooking.
I don't want to make any major mistakes again. So I've been thinking about how I can improve.
I think her last report with Caspar, she had accidentally got away from her battalion that she was leading. And she was wounded as well, and thank goodness Caspar came by and found her and led her back to safety. Ah, Phantom Ginger. I need to watch a little bit of it, because like when I first beat Persona 5 and then I heard about Persona 5 Strikers, I was like banging on the table like, yes, more Persona 5, hell yes, and it's a Musou game, yes! And then I played a little, like the demo of Age of Calamity, and I was like, I am too old for Musou games now. How did this happen and when did this happen? Am I too old for this? So now I need to... Hello, Shmi, good to see you. Now I need to, I need to watch a little bit of Persona 5 Strikers. I've heard it's totally my thing. And I think there's more, like, great story stuff in it, too. But I wonder if I can still play Musou games. I wonder if I can play it on stream, too. I'm worried about getting a headache from it. Star Citizens. Yeah, Star Citizen has been in development for how long now? It looked chaotic for a Musou game, did it? If Persona 5 Strikers isn't your cup of tea, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster. Oh, that's Shin Megami Tensei 3. I thought it was Persona 3, because like that's the one with the kids and the guns, right? Although you could say that also about Persona 5, but you know what I mean. So good though. Oh, and it's not 100 hours. You say that. You say that. If it's a 50-hour game, it's 100 hours for me, because look what I'm doing right now. I'm playing this 150-hour game at 200 hours in because I stop and I talk. So I can turn anything into a 100-hour game. There's a demo of Persona 5 Strikers on the Japanese eShop. That's right. You know, my mom actually has a Japanese account because my brother wants to do exactly stuff like this. Yeah, you know, I should give that a shot, Snake. You're able to follow it? Do they have voice acting for the Japanese demo? Because if they do, I'll be able to understand a chunk of it, at least. Aha, okay. So I'll be able to pick up on some stuff. Shmi, how was your last few days? I hope you've had a good one. Or a good two, I should say. I don't know how to count. Shmi beat. I'm so looking forward to sleeping tonight. I'm gonna sleep like a log. I've been taking these melatonin gummies because I'm trying to maybe phase out of taking so many pills all the time. And they just, in like 30 minutes, knock me flat out. So that is my goal for the night. I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna eat the rest of this huge bowl of popcorn and eat something else that has protein in it, probably like some eggs or something, and pass the heck out. It's gonna be great. Or maybe I'll download the Persona 5 Strikers demo on my mom's account. I managed to get a PS5. No, it's Persona 5 Strikers, so P5S. I do not have a PS5. Strikers also continues from Persona 5's vanilla story, not from Royale. Okay, do they throw in the gal from Royale? It's a ridiculous, comically large. Look at this giant bowl of popcorn that I have right here. There's still so much popcorn left, but I can't not eat it because it's got butter on it now. Yeah, nobody exactly diaper coder. I don't know. I know very few people who have a PS5 right now, and they're all like so grateful that they actually got it because they're just like, oh, it appeared in the middle of the night under my pillow and it's there and I bought it and nobody scalped it. You know, you read PS5, yeah. No, dude, I don't have room in my room for another console right now. I have my PS4 there, Switch there, secondary PC. I got the PS3 like over there, and like I have a N64 under my bed. My SNES is somewhere in this room, I don't know where. I am running out of room to put things. Yeah. So Jericho just froze your computer by walking past it and static shocking it. Oh no! Oh, that's like my nightmare, Shmi. That's my nightmare because I generate so much static electricity. When you rebooted it, it said new CPU installs. So you restarted it, everything is slow but fine. And you've been distracting yourself from very loud construction with some very loud music and art. Hell yeah, blast that music. Maybe the construction folks outside will enjoy it. So good? I'm sorry about the construction stuff though. You have no idea if Royale Gal is in the Strikers. You don't think so though? I haven't seen her in any promotional material. So if she is, it's a surprise. I should make a bunk bed, but the PS5 gets the top bunk. That's gonna be how it works, honestly. But I think actually, if I had a bunk bed, I would put all my plushies up on top so I can have some room to sleep. The pile is getting ridiculous now. It's getting kind of out of control. They're going to start unionizing soon, I think, and it's curtains for me after that. Jericho is a cat, yes. Your fiance and you had to pass up on a nice house today. Decades of inside smoking would mean new carpet, interior paint, and airing out for a month. And also the HVAC, I assume, would be affected too. Could always give Jim the PS4. He doesn't have any room in his room, but that's true, I could foist it off on him. And put the theoretical PS5 in its place. Guess so. I do want to play Demon's Souls at some point. Yeah, that is a little scary, isn't it, Snake? It caused interference through the case. Wow. But it is a cat that causes void outs. I mean, cats are just, like, anomalies, walking anomalies in and of themselves. Hopefully, this doesn't cause long-term damage to your PC. Well, wowsies. Let's get back to Annette and who the hell? Caspar, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about the game that I'm playing.
But it's trickier than I thought. I was hoping you could give me some direction.
These two sweet beans are talking to each other.
Nothing I can think of.
One sweet
Sometimes
bean
you
and
just
a
gotta
small
mess up.
cop.
Really? Nothing at all?
Nah, no matter how much you prepare, you're always gonna make mistakes.
That's a good thing to internalize, unless you're a perfectionist, and then you have this weird idea that you'll always be able to avoid mistakes. Oh, it still happens though.
All you can do is quit worrying and try your best.
You were playing a game, you thought it was just a 4-minute music loop? Yeah, I just like the song a lot. I'm just vibing to the song.
I guess that does sound like something you'd say. But I'm not sure how much use it is to me.
That's too bad. It's a great way to live.
All you can do is quit worrying and try your best. Well, she is always trying her best, so... The
You
quit
worry
worrying
about
part is
messing
tough.
up, and all that worry makes you nervous, right? So being nervous on the battlefield is the reason you make mistakes you'd never make in training.
This is true.
Well, yes. People's lives are on the line. If I mess up, they might actually die. When I think that my failures might put everyone in danger,
Ugh, you gotta quit doubting yourself. It's not helping.
You just got a Hakuna Matata, Annette. I don't know why you're not hearing this. Just Hakuna Matata.
You're obsessing about failures that haven't even happened. What's the point in that? Sometimes you're gonna mess up no matter how hard you train. That's life.
So what you're saying is, I should stop being afraid of failure and just try my hardest on the battlefield, like I do in training.
Was I not clear on that? You just gotta deal with your mistakes when you make them.
That really is just like you, Caspar. I'm starting to feel stupid for worrying so much. You're so strong and confident. I really like that
Oh,
about
don't
you.
say that to him. Don't say that to him, please.
Aw,
Oh, he took
thanks,
it. Well,
Annette.
okay.
I think you're great too.
Oh, I think that's him deflecting a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna try following your example from now on. It's time I stopped moping around here and put everything I've got into training. Right, Caspar?
That's the spirit. Let's get out there and train. I'll race you to the stables.
What is she gonna train on the horses for?
Yeah!
Okay, never mind. They had a great time. Great. Felix is not impressed though. You see that? He's like, enjoying yourselves? How childish. Time for Annette and Lysithea. I can't remember whether this is like this. What I say for every support. I can't remember what their support
You're
was
still
about.
here?
Probably about practicing magic stuff.
Lysithea, hi. Did you forget something?
I did. What are you reading?
Just something I found. Though there are things in here I don't quite get.
Sometimes you just gotta punch a horse with all the magic in your body and just see what happens. You just gotta make some mistakes. You just gotta see what happens when you punch a horse with all the magic in your body, you know?
Is that the Compendium of Light and Dark?
That's a cool book title.
It is! Amazing how you could tell that just from a glance at the cover.
I've read it so many times, I have nearly the entire thing memorized. That said, it does seem to take liberties with some topics, so be aware of that
I
while you're
see.
reading it.
Hi, Strawberry Hat. Good to see you.
Wait, really? Yikes. Thanks for the warning.
I didn't know they said yikes back then. That's cute.
You've got quite the stack of books here for only wanting to brush up on one thing.
Oh, gee, this is the exact problem. Like, in the English degree, when you're specializing on, like, one little thing. Like, you'll be like, I just want to see, just want to focus on the very granular aspect of literature that deals with England's interactions with Japan. And then you find the bookshelf dedicated to that, and you're like, oh, this will take me a lifetime to read. Great.
I knew you were a hard
Cool.
worker, Annette.
No, not
So
as
Annette
much
was
as
like,
some
I just want to
people.
find out the.
Ugh,
I'm just
sorry.
trying to find out
Here I go again.
the magical implications of punching a horse with all the magic in your body. And then, like, Hanneman is like, here is the ward dedicated to that study. A lot of people have done that. Cruelly, of course, every time, but yes.
It's alright. In getting to know you, I've taken some time to self-reflect.
Hey, wow! Self-reflection. Wow. Look at her being self-aware.
I used to think that I worked harder than anyone. But I'm not so sure anymore. I have to work even harder to keep pace with
I
you.
can't believe these kids are so self-aware.
Oh no! But then I'll have to work extra hard to keep up with you!
I like this like really wholesome rivalries thing. Good night, Morphinius. Thank you for swinging by and for sending all the good vibes to the family. It's always good to have you. Hopefully I can see you tomorrow. I'll be well rested, I hope, tomorrow. I won't be so dang tired and goofy. I'll still probably be goofy to some degree, but you know, at least not so tired.
Well, if you work extra hard,
I'll need to work super duper extra hard. Oh, come on! Fine. Super duper quadruple extra hard it is. Okay, that's enough. We can
We've
do
got
this
books
forever,
to read.
but we've got better things to do. Sorry. It's fun to see you get carried away like that, though.
I'm glad we had this chat. I feel excited to continue working super duper extra hard now. I'm
Oops,
lucky
sorry,
to
cut her
have
laugh
someone
off.
like you around to inspire me.
Friendship!
I feel the same. I'll do my best to keep pace with you.
I love the idea of these two women in their like 40s and 50s just like saying like, are you working super duper extra hard? And like, you know it, you know, just like greeting each other as they're continuing their studies.
Why are you
So
smiling?
cute.
Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking about how nice it is that we can motivate each other like this.
It is nice, isn't it?
Oh,
But I still
okay.
intend to surpass you.
Okay, Sasuke.
Nuh-uh, I'm gonna surpass you. But before that,
Hey,
could you
Ninjai,
explain this
how are
part of the book to
you?
me?
I'm not quite sure how someone of your caliber is struggling with this one, but let me break it down for you.
Isn't this great? Girls supporting each other. I need more of this in video games, please. More gals being gals. That's one thing I really admire about this game is like, I was so worried when I started the Dorothea Manuela support line that it would just be like 2 catty divas. But instead they're like 2 loving divas. Like the former Middle Frank Company diva and the more recently former Middle Frank diva of the opera company. Hanging out and just like at the very end of that support saying like, I can't wait to spend the rest of our time, even if we don't end up finding the men that we need or want in our lives, I just want to spend some time with you and that wouldn't be so bad. Like, they were just always so supportive. It was great. Girls being friends. Yeah. Cool.
I'm so sorry for always taking up your time, Professor Hanneman.
Buck Wild support today. Thank you very, very much, Phantom Ginger, for paying forward that gift sub to Ninjai. That is too kind of you. So Ninjai, that's a welcome back. And guess what? That's a year now, Ninjai. I don't think you knew that. Guess what? That's a year now. Happy anniversary. It was breathtaking, Phantom Ginger. And you can be trusted, Ninjai Lantern Shark. Media told you it was impossible, yeah, for 2 gals to be friends without some sort of ulterior motive, yeah. Just gals being pals, exploiting people with magic. That's the way to do it. That's real feminism right there. If your feminism isn't intersectional and exploding people, it's not really feminism now, is it?
Nonsense. I told you to come to me anytime you needed help.
Most of the Annette Hanneman supports have been Annette trying to reach things on a high shelf, and Hanneman being, what, like 6'2" or whatever he is? Helping her not die from a shelf falling over on top of her as she, like, blasts dust off the shelves with magic.
Nothing to be sorry about at all. So, what can I help you with today, Miss Annette?
Oh, nothing in particular.
Perhaps not related to your studies,
Is
but
this
I
about her terrible
sense something
dad?
else troubles you.
Yeah, that is a cool feature. I've seen that 1 or 2 times before, yeah.
You see right through me, Professor Hanneman.
I wonder what this is about.
Okay, here goes.
Could it be about her bad uncle? Is it about her bad dad?
The truth is, I've been wondering
Oh,
what
it's
I'll
about the
do when
future.
the
How
war
great.
finally comes to an end.
Gilbert had a
don't
long
mention her
career
dad.
as a knight. I imagine he would smile on his daughter following his lead.
You want her to become a knight? She's not really a knight. What?
Your marks at both the School of Sorcery and the Military Academy were exceptional.
I mean, she could be a magic knight, I guess.
You have many, many options. The only trouble I see for you is in picking which one to chase.
You've hit the nail on the head. There's so much I want to do. I feel completely lost.
Lost, hmm? It seems to me that you're just lacking in decisiveness.
I love Hanneman's, what even shape is this little descent in his room? It's like maybe a cross, possibly? Look at, like, the stairs are, like, joining together and leading down. What an interesting interior design choice.
You think so?
For example, I've already been considering my own future once this war ends at last. I think I might leave Garrick Mott.
Whoa. Oh, it's definitely the texture stretching, because, like, his office has just a straight line of steps coming down. But in this, it's like a cool 60s conversation pit.
I've spent a great deal of time researching crests, both in the Empire and at the monastery.
Step down?
Fodlan is large, with much to see and learn.
Okay.
It would be a
He's just
shame
going
to
traveling.
spend all my years in too few places.
But where will you go?
That's the question, isn't it? I've considered the School of Sorcery in
You
Ferdia.
could stay close to the Crown Prince that way.
It would be good to get a new viewpoint
There
on
you go.
crest research. There are certainly discoveries to be made. However, new places are daunting. Yet, I'd have no complaints if I had a former student as an apprentice.
That's cute.
Say, a former student who is brimming with curiosity, talented at magic, and as tidy as myself.
There you go. That's a cool career path. That would be great because it's in Ferdiad. She said she wanted to continue serving Dimitri as like an advisor. She could also serve at the Ferdiad School of Magic. Exactly, Manny. Hanneman steps.
You don't
Like
mean
an architectural wonder.
do you?
I was merely expressing a possibility. It all depends on your own feelings and interests.
She was just saying how she has too many options, and he's like, oh man, that sucks. Would you like another option?
I have considered that it might be nice to be a professor like you.
Ooh, God, Professor Annette is such a cool idea. Dang, she would be such a capable teacher. Except
but
for
I'm
the being
such a
late thing, but that's just
scatterbrain,
quirky.
and I make mistakes all the time. So I'm not confident I can manage.
It's okay, Annette. I think I slept through at least 2 of the classes that I was teaching. Not like in the classroom, but at home. Because why would you assign me an 8 a.m. class? Why would you make me teach an 8 a.m. class? How dare you do this to me, people back then? Anyway, just don't teach 8 a.m. classes in it, is all I'm saying.
Those are but minor side notes
You won't
compared to
miss
your
them.
wonderful qualities, Miss Annette. You are serious in your studies and possessing of excellent character.
That would be so bad if I...
surpass even
Oh my
myself.
god, if I pass it on my desk. I'm sure that's happened to some people, though. I've heard stories of teachers getting very sick, or like, I don't know. I don't know if I've heard any stories from former or current instructors who have like fallen asleep during class. Although, honestly, actually, I think when I was in college, the professor I was TAing for definitely fell asleep, and then I just taught the rest of the class. But he was an older man and was very, very overworked, so. But I did learn a story about a teacher. I think I read this on Twitter. This teacher of, I think it was like forensic science or something like that, is teaching class, and then all of a sudden just gets violently ill. Oh, well, he's like talking to his class about how he's been feeling really poorly lately, and last night he did this and that, and now he's not really so sure. And then he like starts getting super sick, like he's dizzy. He grabs onto the desk, he goes over to the trash can and just like yartzes right into the trash can, and then passes out. And then the students scramble, they get the nurse comes in and removes the professor. And as the students are in disarray, they get a message from the nurse, and it's a written message from the professor which says like, you have 24 hours to find out what happened to me. It's like I don't know if he staged this, but the students were supposed to figure out like what kind of poisoning afflicted him, or like what kind of illness he had contracted in that time. It was all a staged lesson so that they would observe these symptoms in him and determine what the issue was. That's a crazy thing to foist on some kids, though. I mean, even at the college level, that's a wild thing to subject your students to. Even as a teaching moment, you know. Students are there to assess life and death situations. That's something that somebody teaching, like, a class in this Royal Academy would do, I'm pretty sure, though.
Do you really think so? Maybe I can do it after all.
That's what it sounded like when I was reading the story. I was like, is this a story about somebody's professor who just like got super wasted and then came hangover to the class? But the fact that it started accelerating and like the guy had to be dragged out by the nurse and then like leaves this like, you have 24 hours to find out what happened to me. Like, wow. That's pretty intense, Doc.
I truly feel you could. Yes.
Do you think Hanneman would do that to somebody? No, he doesn't have an excuse.
You could accompany me to Ferdiad. I think that would be most splendid, don't you?
Manuela might, though. In a way, it is kind of cool because it can show the practicality of the real-life purpose of what they're teaching. True, yeah. But, it certainly make them pay attention. Yeah, it can be very stressful to subject kids to that.
I feel like, with your guidance, I could excel anywhere.
Oh, Annette. Gosh, she's the
First,
sweetest.
though, we must put an end to this war. The future cannot begin until we achieve victory.
This reminds you need to play Valkyria Chronicles 4. I think I've been recommended the Valkyria Chronicles series. What do you like about it, Zaki?
That's true. I'm gonna try my hardest to make sure that happens.
I know you will, Miss Annette. You have my full support.
This is nice. I'm so glad I'm really glad that all these Hanneman supports haven't been creepy. Like, he has not hit on any of the young kids. Thank you. Just like, thanks, game. I really, like, truly from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate you not making this weird. Because that could have been very weird. Valkyria Chronicles is a really cool strategy RPG series. Are you jazzed about this, Manny? We are done watching all the Blue Lion supports in one day. That was 18 discrete, unique supports in one day in a shortened cast. Yeah, yet, exactly. We don't know for the other classes. Who even knows? I mean, Manuela almost got there with Sylvain, but then had a second thought. Okay, God. Let's see more. Oh. We're not done, Gilbert. We're not done, Gilbert. Maybe a little bit of Cyril. Cyril would be nice. Let's do some Cyril. Save Gilbert for tomorrow. I think we got like another full day of support watching left to do. If we're gonna watch all of the Golden Deer inter supports and the Black Eagle supports. Let's see. Bernadetta supports are purely with Black Eagle members. Dorothea has a Hanneman support. Caspar has some Knight supports. We could definitely watch that. Lysithea has purely Golden Deer supports and a Hanneman. Marianne has Golden Deer supports and a Hanneman. Leonie's got some good range here. She's got a lot of supports that aren't just Golden Deer. You absolutely hate the seedy old man trope that's an anime. As do I. It's so tired, you know? Okay, so the animation style is one major thing for you for Valkyria Chronicles. It's like anime, but kind of colored pencil style. You also do like the tactics you implement with it, as line of sight is huge. Interesting. Yeah, line of sight really hasn't been a thing too much in this game. Along with your roster, because there's perks and quirks for their units. Do like some units function better working with other people, like specific people? So this is like a semi-real version of this game. Only thing is the camera can get kind of tight behind the characters for the shooting segments. Okay. Well, something to consider. We could see some Senna supports. Ooh! Alright, let's just watch a few Cyril supports to end the night. He doesn't have that many left. Let's start with Cyril and Petra, two outsiders to the land of Fodlan. You remember the marketing mentioning a graphics engine developed to look like watercolors and ink. That's cool. Okay, so that's kind of what Zaki was touching on.
Cyril, how is your bow training progressing?
I think maybe I've gotten better. It feels a lot easier to ready the bow lately.
That is a nice thing to be hearing. You have my support with your efforts.
I do?
Yes. I am always cheering you on. I am long feeling a great affinity with you. Our positions are dissimilar, but our situations have great similarities.
Okay.
That is why I am always trying hard to be supporting and protecting you.
Oh, so sweet.
You mean you've been cheering me on all along? That's nice to hear. Well, in that case, I'll support you too.
You will? That gives me great joy.
Mutual support.
It makes you happy? It's gonna sound funny, but hearing you say that makes me feel happy too.
I just love Cyril. He's such a good little boy.
You know, I just realized that there's... Well, when you talk, it's kind of powerful.
She is incredibly powerful, isn't she?
It's like everything you say feels real nice and reassuring. Just listening to you makes me feel better about everything. I think it's a special talent you have.
Words can be said by anyone. Alone, they are without power. What is meaningful is how you are feeling. I am hoping I can learn to use words well, to convey my feelings. That is my wish.
You're freaking crushing it, Petra. You're killing it.
I am still learning. My words are not coming out as properly as I am wanting.
Maybe the words aren't, but the feelings behind them are. I really do think you're special.
Special as hell. I would love God, I would love so much to just, like, have Petra be able to speak her own language and, like, us get some subtitles or something for it. Because she could, like, her words could destroy mountains. Or move them, I should say. I don't think she would destroy a mountain, but her words could probably, like, part the sea between Bridget and, Fodlan.
Now that I know you're supporting me, I'm going to work real hard not to let you down. And, I hope someday I can get strong enough to inspire you the same way you inspire me.
Little beans, the sweetest beans.
You have already been achieving that goal. You already have great strength.
You really think so? Nah, I still got a long way to go.
So in the first Valkyria Chronicles, there's some people who don't like others based on their personality and race? It's a plot point, so you won't spoil it. Okay. Wowie. They can even perform better or worse in different environments and team compositions. Interesting. Definitely something to look into, I guess. I think the next tactics game I'd like to play after this is probably Final Fantasy Tactics, but I'll give Valkyria Chronicles a try.
I'm not tough enough to match you yet, so I'm gonna get stronger. Stronger and stronger so I can support you forever.
Alright, you're on the boat with Ash to go back to Bridget after this war.
Stronger and stronger? So you can be supporting me forever?
Forever and ever.
Yeah, forever and ever.
Hell yeah, forever and ever. Me too, I want to say it too. Please, I want to do this forever.
Even when I am being an old woman? It will be a difficulty then.
Sure, even when you're an old woman. I'll be an old
This
man
is so
right
cute.
beside you, doing my
That's
best.
adorable.
Old woman Petra and old man Cyril supporting each
I
other.
want to see that
I'm
too.
looking forward to it.
I want to see that as well. You just described the best thing, video game.
Yeah, that does sound nice.
Sounds nice as hell. Yes. That's great. Thank you, video game, for the meal. I appreciate it. Now, Cyril and Sedith. I think Sedith has asked Cyril to think of what his life means beyond his surface to Lady Rhea. So let's see what he's come up
Cyril?
with. Wait, can you roll that one back?
Cyril?
Okay, that almost sounded like Geralt for like a bit.
Hey.
I think it was just the low tone.
You seem pensive. Have you been thinking over the advice I gave you?
Yeah, but it kinda scares me.
Scares you? Why?
If I found something else I was more interested in than repaying Lady Rhea, I don't know.
That's so wild that I didn't even think about that when he was talking to Petra. He didn't once mention Lady Rhea. He's talking about supporting Petra. Maybe that's the answer. Finding somebody else he can pay back, and not in a I owe a life debt to you sense, but we mutually support and help each other grow sense. He's always talked about serving Lady Rhea, but when it comes to Petra, he's talking about supporting each other as like individuals of the same value. Valkyria Chronicle 1 is on Steam. Great.
Wouldn't that be kind of like I was betraying Lady Rhea, in a way?
That's great news, Zaki.
Betrayal is a rather strong word, don't you think?
Well, I mean, Lady Rhea is why I got this life. Or any life. If I ended up just leaving her...
Who would dust her nightstand and change her bed sheets? God forbid. Cyril, you could do anything you want in life. You can go support Petra. She's so cool. You've been hanging out with Ash the whole time, and he's so cool too.
That just seems real ungrateful and kind of rude.
If Rhea herself felt betrayed by your actions, then yes. I suppose it would be.
I don't think she would be, though.
But if all you are doing is seeking your path, with no harm to her, I do not think she would object.
What's the best entry point for Valkyria Chronicles? Like, would 1 be the best place to start? If I played... Is this a situation where it's not like Persona 5 or like this game where you can't start at wherever and still get it?
In fact, I am confident she would be happy for you.
You are?
Ask her yourself when she returns. You will see.
I mean, if she returns, Sedith, don't get his hopes up. She could have been killed by the Empire by now. We don't know.
You want to make Rhea happy, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course.
You've heard that 1 in 4 are the ones worth playing. Is that so? I mean, it's the only ones that people have mentioned. 2 and 3 are widely unpopular in the fan zone. Fascinating.
Then you should do what makes you happy.
Okay, I get that, yeah. By the way, there's something weird I noticed.
What is that?
Before, whenever we'd talk, you always used to call Lady Rhea the Archbishop. But just now...
How astute. I've never noticed that. Probably because I'm smoking. He is saying just Rhea, isn't he? Ooh, just Rhea. Oh, yeah. And Cyril's saying Lady Rhea.
Just now, you were calling her Rhea.
Interesting. How mildly disrespectful.
Does it perturb you to hear me speak of her with such familiarity?
Yes, it does. I want you to wash your mouth out with soap.
No, I just wondered why.
I am, of course, Rhea's servant. So, in a more formal context, I must maintain a deferential distance.
But I'm totally better than her and could, like, scorch her any day in a 1v1 b-ball game, is what I'm saying. As Sedith.
But she and I are actually very old friends. In fact, we think of one another almost like family.
Like a family of pelican people.
I know Rhea extremely well. When I'm confident about how she will feel, I am seldom wrong.
Isn't a Rhea a bird, by the way? Hold on, let me just double check. Yeah, Rheas are birds, by the way. No joke. Rheas are large, flightless birds without a keel on their sternum bone, in the order Rheiforms, native to South America, distantly related to the ostrich and the emu. Just so you know. And it's literally spelled the same way. I called this video game. She's a bird person. The Rhea is near threatened in their native ranges. Let's see, they don't seem to be too endangered, it seems. Rhea was used in 1752 by Paul Moring and adopted as the English common name. It was named after the Greek titan Rhea, whose Greek name is thought to have come from some other word meaning ground. This was fitting because the Rhea is a flightless bird. Let's see. It's locally known as the Nandu Gyaozu. Hold on. In Guarani, it means big spider. Probably in relation to their habit of opening and lowering alternate wings when they run. Wow. Anyway, now you know about a species of flightless bird. You can eat them in Age of Empires 3? That's wild. If Fire Emblem characters are familiar with Earthern concepts, yeah, right? They'd be like, this lady's a bird person. You're safe to jump into Valkyria Chronicles 4 without spoilers, at least major spoilers. 1 to 4 happen in the same timeline, but completely different characters and locations. VC2 has very little story addition, and people say to watch VC3 if you want the story. Okay.
So trust me when I say that if your path to happiness takes you away from here, she will wish you the best.
Okay. I'm glad to hear it.
Look at little fleshy Cyril! Blushing at the mere thought of leaving Lady Rhea's side.
Of course, we must first rescue her from her current predicament. I will be counting on your aid in that.
I swear to God, if Sedith doesn't also turn out to be a bird person, like if Sedith and Flame don't fly off into the sunset at the end of this game, I'm gonna be so mad.
You got it.
They gotta do it. I need to see it. It'll be an outrage if I don't see it. We just finished up Cyril. That's great. Oh, so many juicy supports left. I do want to see all of the adult and knight character supports. We definitely gotta start off with that tomorrow. And then whatever time we have left, we can spend it watching some of the supports between the Black Eagles and the Golden Deer. I said Golden Lions. I'm tired. My brain is not working. But, oh, you're not gonna like this because it's been such a short cast already. Oh, I'm so sorry to do it to you, but it's almost 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's 9:57 here on the East Coast, and that means I gotta go to bed. I am desperate for sleep tonight.